All right. Welcome everybody to what is FlyQuest Fight Series number 63. However, I, Avian, joined by the wonderful Din, are here to bring you the number one tournament that is going to be put on by the wonderful team here at FlyQuest for 2x KO. Din, how we feel about this so far?
Man, I'm so excited. I'm a huge fan of ladder style brackets, and FlyQuest obviously does a great job with that. They've been running it for a while, so getting to see people hit the grind in this ladder and earn their spot in the bracket is going to be super sick, and I bet we're going to have some crazy matches tonight. I'm stoked.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like when it comes to the closed beta for FlyQuest, they're definitely the place to be when it comes to crazy matches. I mean, we already saw Battle of the Bands, huge success, got a ton of names for a ton of different games out there. And now they said, you know what, the invitational thing, that was pretty cool. Now we got to open up the floor to see who we might have missed in that invitational, who could still bring the hands and try to shake up this bracket right here.
Yeah, we got some big names tonight. If people aren't familiar, Hikari's been kind of running the show for online tournaments for 2x so far. I believe right now is leading the ladder, last I checked. We got K7, who's been on a heater as well, and one of the reps for duo play, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't know about you, but basically, if I can play duo play, I'm doing it. Like, anytime I get the chance, that's how I want to play this game. So I definitely love seeing that at a high level. I think just tonight it'll be solo play for K7, but love to see reps for that. We got SQ, Aarondamac. I think I saw F Champ Ryan in there as well. There's definitely some big names tonight. It's going to be so sick.
Yeah, I mean, K7 probably missing his duo. I believe that I don't know if Diaphone is at the Chipotle thing, but I know that he couldn't make it to this bracket. But as you said, I mean, big proponent for duo play, something that I want to see a lot more of as things develop. Like, we got to really see if solos are truly like just better, as we're seeing a lot of those solo teams here in this final top 16. But you know, shout outs to some of the representation that we actually had on the duo side of things as well. Since it is a mixed bracket, you know, you were able to get a couple people that wanted to go ahead and team. So we got some of that representation here in the ladder. Not quite in the top 16, but who knows? Maybe in the future we might be able to see something with that.
Yeah, exactly. And I know there's a lot of debate on whether duo or solo is going to be the way to go, which is going to be stronger. And personally, I think it's really a trade-off thing. I don't think there's like a clear answer. I think early on, you'll probably see solos a bit more often. You have obviously more control of your team. You're not trying to like build specific synergy and be able to go for like crazy different scramble situations early on. That's going to take reps for duos to really shine. But I think duo like genuinely has access to some things that solos don't. There's a lot of moves that are really strong with holding a button, and if you need to hold that button while you tag and use that same button with the other character, that's just something you can't do in solo. So there's little optimizations like that I think are going to go a long way. And I'm probably by the end of year one, I think we're going to start seeing some duos doing some dirty stuff in brackets. So definitely a big fan of that whole situation. It's a very fun part of this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that I was really excited about coming into JXKO was just the idea that you can get, as you mentioned, some of those like literally duo specific interactions. Like if you're doing a string, as you mentioned, you might need to like, you know, let's say you're holding like H. Now you don't have access to H on your other character if you're playing solos, but in duos, you get access to strings like that. Super excited to see how that comes about. However, we have lots of wonderful solo action here for this top 16. We are still getting this top 16 finalized, but we are going to do a bit of an interesting format for a lot of the normal FlyQuest Fight Series viewers. I know it shook me up when we were getting prepared, might be shaking you up as well. However, we are going to be doing a full top 16. We did the top 8 in the past, our number one out on the winner's side, but now with a bigger bracket, with a bi-coastal bracket, I should say, it only makes sense for us to double the players in that top cut.
Yeah, shout out to Riot for the insane netcode in this game. It's almost like they invented rollback or something, because it's insane how good the netcode is. I have 2 accounts, one for when I'm working with Reversal doing tournaments over there and I need to be able to spectate EU, and I have my American account. Obviously my American account duo play is the only way I'm playing ranked. My EU account is all solo, and all morning I got to do my placements, get up to master. 0 complaints from anybody on my end or on their end. It's so sick. The fact that we can play coast to coast and literally just not worry about it at all, and probably expand even to more regions and really not have a lot of issues is just really so sick. It's something that I think we started to take for granted a little bit, that netcode was pretty good after the rollback era. Shout out to Sajam and Max for making a big push on that front, and the devs certainly listened, and now we have a whole new level. The fact that we can play 4 different people in a match and it just works and it feels great is crazy. I love it.
Oh yeah, I mean, as an engineering nerd, it has been wonderful just kind of speculating what the Cannon brothers are gonna cook up. Like, I still remember like my freshman year of college when I was reading over the GGPO source code, looking like, all right, like how are we really doing this, and how are we making it so that this type of solution is available to basically everyone? And now they have the availability of, you know, Riot Games resources and Riot Games team members as well. I'm super excited to see how that works out. And it is a smash hit. I mean, I have been seeing people, like, as you already mentioned, I mean, you played your replacement games in EU. I've seen people play from like SoCal and Los Angeles to Europe and get basically like incredible playable connections. So, I mean, honestly, who knows? Might need to hit up that FlyQuest Global in the future, depending on how well these stress tests go. I'm not putting any ideas out there. Remember, I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying that might be something to consider, especially if the netcode ends up holding up.
Yeah, for real. It's really something special. And even today, I'm sure everybody across this bracket has been super stoked to be able to play without any issues. But I think, speaking of that bracket, I think we might be ready to take a look at that now. Let's see what we have lined up today. This should be pretty juicy, man.
Yep.
Aarondamac, SQ, we got Hava and Hikari. Oh man, this is gonna be so juicy. I'm pretty sure we're starting with Hikari actually, which is gonna be sick. Yeah, truly just a cracked gamer. Like, I'm so stoked to see these matches. Are there any sleeper picks that you're seeing here that you think could make a deep run?
Ooh, sleeper picks. I mean, I can't really call them a sleeper because, I mean, even at your own tournament, they perform really well. But I just want to say I'm super excited to watch Maze play this game. I mean, I feel like that's just one of the names that I have somehow missed this like entire initial like tournament run of 2XKO. But whenever I'm looking at like a top 8 graphic, or I'm looking at like a clip online of like a top 3, top 4, they always seem to be in it. So I'm glad to finally be able to look at to actually look at their gameplay in a full first of 3.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool to see. And with their track record so far, we're probably going to be seeing them in winter semis. So we'll see if Mr. Marvin has anything to say about that. But I think right off the bat, we're going to go off with a banger matchup. Hikari, have a nice day. Let's see what they got cooking. Does Hikari have the Yasuo? I think it's a Yasuo Alawi. I should remember this. I've watched him in 3 different brackets. I'm pretty sure that's the comp. And it just cooks. You know, we're seeing that S2 super a lot from Alawi. It's going to be a scary Oki situation, and it's time to go gambling once you see that. Let's see if Hava has those reads in place.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that is going to be really interesting to mention is that we are going to be seeing a mirror match, I believe. Hava running the Yasuo Alawi comp as well. So we're going to see 2 different players who come from 2 very different game backgrounds, Dragon Ball Z and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and we're going to see how each of them tries to take their own philosophy of gaming to this team.
Yeah, no excuses when you got the mirror matchup, right? If you lose, it's all honest. You know that you just got outplayed. So definitely going to be a lot of bragging rights on this one as we get right into it. And immediately, Hikari gets poked out just a bit with this pressure, and the retreating guard getting called out. No pickup. But man, you got to watch your toes. That retreating guard, it feels great to do. You generate some meter, but if you're not ready for it, you're going to get called out and get picked up for lots of damage.
I will definitely say that Hikari is in the advantage. For the previous game played, DBFZ much closer to the speed of 2XKO, as we're seeing right here. I mean, we got the initial touch in the beginning from Have a Nice Day, but now it's all Hikari all the time.
Let's go gambling. And wow, the first time we see the setup, Hava gets out of there pretty scot-free, still dealing with the corner pressure here. And that forward throw is going to give a juicy hard knockdown. And of course, Yasuo just gets to do Yasuo things and pick up basically wherever. And that's going to be one Alawi out of the way. First health bar of the top 16, rather, goes to Hikari.
Doesn't even need to spend the level 1 into the level 2. Is able to get out with a steep meter discount. Not that it's going to matter, though. First round is going to end up going to Hikari.
Yeah, I love seeing that stance stomp from Yasuo. It's so useful in a lot of different situations. As you saw before, great pickup off a forward throw. It's great for mix, honestly. You just want to maybe set up a side switch into but you stay same side low. It's just such a sick move. And we're getting a call out already on the break. Absolutely huge. And now you're stuck at the corner. Your turn here. What are you going to do? Oh, man. Tentacle time.
Oh, tag comes in for Hikari, making use of those team game mechanics, knew to tag in to bait out that break, and now is sitting in an incredibly advantageous position.
Wow, gets the side switch pickup while the other Yasuo was hitting at the Alawi. Definitely a big thing in this game is watching out for when the opponent is going to be landing hits on your assist chant, because that extra hit stun can get you time to confirm, get that kill, and just like that, Hikari's taking game one. Honestly, where my camera is, did he take even any help off him? That was insane.
Yeah, no, Hikari definitely showing off the speed and punish game that is necessary to put together these dominating wins. And you got to remember, this isn't just a normal FlyQuest where everyone's starting out on the winner's side. Have a Nice Day was still considered in the top half of the top cut, so no player to slouch at. Hikari is just doing that much better.
I think Hikari just dropped a single set to Aarondamac in ladder, so it's definitely super locked in. And Hava already lost to Hikari once in ladder, so this would be a salty run back. And honestly, he might be getting some flashbacks to a few hours ago, because this is looking like a rough start. And it's definitely worth noting too, these are all going to be first to two matches until we get to top three. So already on potentially the final game of this set if Hava doesn't get to turn this around sometime soon.
Yeah, not quite dead there on the Alawi. Anything will do it. Get up attack. Just trying to get her out of dodge, trying to get her some of that gray health back, and is going to get what I would consider his first clean opening of the day. We got to see what he can do with it, Nitin.
Yeah, clean opening, got the wall slump, and I mean, that's what, 80% to death? I mean, definitely a lot of resources spent, but you get your super meter reset anyways between rounds. You might as well let it rip. Now it's going to be a tough challenge for Hikari's Alawi to make this 1v2 comeback.
Yep, looking so far not looking good at all. Wants to go right into the Super 2. You already mentioned it before. We got to go Gambling Fury out on the side of Hikari. Wants to make quick work of this Alawi and can't. The parry reopens up the advantage state for Have a Nice Day, and all of a sudden he's on the board.
Yeah, it's got to be great for Hava's mental to get this round in game two, because if you're facing set point after 3 straight rounds, it's not going to feel great. We saw some optimal punishes there as well, so definitely locked in, and I think we're going to be pretty composed here. We could be going to a final game of this set. Let's see what we got as Hava gets to set up in the corner. Is the tag launcher coming? No, we actually have a drop, and now it's Hikari's turn to get a happy birthday. This is a lot of damage.
Oh no. It was looking real good for Hava. Finally found a way to get Hikari to play down to his pace, but the problem with that is the moment that you let up even a little bit, now Hikari is in a much better spot than he was before, has the meter advantage and has the health advantage to go along with it.
Yeah, exactly. And with those break meters pretty close, we're not going to see any combos broken soon. It's all about that honest punish game. You got to make sure you hit those combos. And interesting, we got the S2 super mid screen, and if those tentacles reach far enough, it's no problem. You're in the corner. We only see one of them. It's plenty far enough. You're still going to get poked out. You got to watch out for those. Immediately, we got the classic Alawi route. You're getting slammed up, down, back and forth into the loop. Yasuo time. Do we have the meter for it? It's available. This is going to be some juicy damage.
Straight into the level 3. Might be able to kill that initial hit, doing a ton. And a ton is exactly what you need. Hikari now sitting on set point.
What can't this character do, honestly? Great neutral, great buttons, great damage. Can basically, with proper reactions, can combo you anywhere on the screen and end up anywhere on the screen they want. With Alawi set following that up into some super strong Oki, it's just a gross team. This is really, really strong.
To answer that question, I think that's the only thing that Yasuo can't do is lose on purpose. You gotta really be locked in to try to figure that one out.
Seriously, this character is something else. And honestly, it's in a really cool way. Marlon Pie cooked with this one. Let's be real. These combo routes are so sick.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, see, that's always my least favorite character is when you know that they're busted, but they're so sick you can't even be mad.
Shout out Fox McCloud. We all know.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Tag launchers out here for Hikari. once again putting the hurting on this Have a Nice Day Alawi.
Nice.
One thing to note, though, is actually quite new to this character. Was playing Vibe Blitz before, decided to go with the new approach for this set.
Oh, wow. Whole new team. I did not know that. That's pretty baller. And you can tell there's already some strong awareness of how to deal with this Alawi setup. And we've seen it, like, not even get that much success here. These players have definitely been labbing out that situation and knowing what they can and can't risk. As we see Hikari cooking the rare S1 super spotted from Alawi. But check that one off your bingo card.
Yeah. Now we got Have a Nice Day. Only has a Yasuo, 3 meter, and a Dream. I've seen more improbable comebacks than this, but you do not start them by dropping those routes.
Yeah, the double drop is going to be tough to come back from. As you see, the double overhead is the same side dash, not going to kill, or not going to hit, I should say. And we get a whiffed level 3. Ooh, I wonder if that was just a hard call out or just maybe misestimated the spacing there. Interesting.
Feels like it was a missed punish, something that we have seen before. Lots of drops on either side. You cannot be too careful. And giving players of this caliber a second, third, or fourth shot, definitely not something you want going into the later rounds.
No shot at all. You got to take advantage of every opening if you're going to make it happen. As we see the Fury cancel out meter, and now timer is actually something to consider here. If you don't get chipped out, Fury on both characters, there's no chip happening. And just enough. Wow! With 2 seconds on the clock, able to get the opening, confirms with the S1 Super, and Hikari, after a nice start to Game 2 for Hava, ends up taking the set 2-0, continuing his reign of terror. This is something sick. I mean, I know everybody in chat is considering picking up this team at least a little bit for ranked. I know you guys want to hit Challenger.
I mean, this is the get the Challenger free card. Shout out to Hikari and Hava, though. 2, like I said, incredible players in their own games. Hikari, an EVO winner, and then Have a Nice Day, just winning countless a TNS, countless a Paragon, has been having himself a field day in the online scene, and now bringing his talent over to 2xKO. Really excited to see how a lot of top players from a lot of other fighting games are going to be approaching this game, because, I mean, as you can see, we had it right there. Same exact team, completely separate tempos and completely separate ways of approaching the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it a bit before the show. Like, there's people coming from all walks of life in the FGC to play this game. We've seen Street Fighter players, we've seen Marvel players, we've seen Grand Blue players, Dragon Ball players. It's just everybody from every genre is checking it out. I think that's the power of duo play, sick IP, good netcode, and it's all free. Like, it's kind of silly not to try it right now, right? Like, let's be real. So definitely really cool, and a very interesting thing and a cool benefit of this bracket format. That is the second time Hikari has played Hava. He's now 2-0 up against him. There's a potential third set if Hava can make this run back. So definitely could be something really juicy, a cool little storyline there. That'd be quite the run back if you end up taking the set after losing twice. Maybe it just takes really long to get that download. I'm not sure how internet is over in Hava's neck of the woods, but really fun stuff to see for sure.
Yeah, it's like depending on how Hava does on the loser side, depending on how Hikari does on the winner's side, also could be some very interesting, very high stakes 2xKO going on the loser side of that bracket.
Yeah, seriously. And as we get this next matchup, I didn't quite see the names yet, but we are getting Team Arcane versus the pinked out Ari Echo. It's going to be SQ versus Aarondamac. Got a sick matchup here. SQ's been cooking a ton on Twitter.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, I feel like whenever I see a clip that has that 2xKO underscore Echo or that 2xKO under Ari, I already know what the ad's gonna be. I mean, she has been such a crazy lab monster and has been pushing this team to its absolute limits.
And immediately, I mean, Aaron's looking like he might have been in the lab as well against this matchup. Getting the parry on Ari's overhead, definitely one of the best answers for it. It is reactable, but if you let her get that first block, it's going to be triple overhead and maybe empty low. You really got to be guessing. And now it's Vi time. Seeing the rapid punch into the tag launcher. Are we shooting fireworks? No, we're going for Oki. And good push block to get away from that overhead, which is special cancelable and super scary.
Yeah, one of the scary situations in the game right there. Lazy super into tag gives you some crazy plus frames. Aaron able to take advantage of it. Gets a great starter there on the Vi. Wants to go right into the tag launcher, get Jinx back in the battle, and now has SQ in the corner. It's not looking good.
And super to super, shoot him if you got him. I mean, if you've been playing a lot of ranked, you're probably hearing that voice line in your sleep at this point, giving you nightmares. It's super scary situation, and unless you got your parries on lock, it's going to be really tough to deal with it. And even then, it can be kind of freemium. So we're seeing immediate success out of this Jinx Vi combo. Can SQ pull off a sick comeback with Ahri? No, I doubt we pop burst. We just hold that for next round. Tough start, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. You let Jinx get rolling, you're going to be getting burst, or I should say bird, with that beam gun.
There it is again, goes for the parries, and even with the parries, you're still going to be in disadvantage there. Great stuff by SQ to get the meter on that Ahri. Could come in handy later. However, it is looking like it's still SQ's time to shine.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron was respecting that parry situation too, because if you are able to parry the full super, you're going to be coming out of that with a full level 3, and if you press at the wrong time, you just may be getting an invincible super in your face. So great awareness there, and it's paying off as we get set up in the corner, Jinx's favorite spot, throw a monkey, try to get a throw, get up attack, will get a bit of breathing room here, and now,
no,
he's got him, she's shooting him, that's a health bar gone.
Yep. Aarondamac seems like has barely even been touched by SQ. Gets the break, wants to keep it that way as well. Oh, I love that. Just sitting there waiting for Echo to come on down.
Yeah, it's always a big risk when you get that hit on the assist champion in the air. It's like, how long do you want to continue the combo without getting the risk of getting hit out of it by the other character? And ends up paying off pretty well there. Now, it's time to throw that Mega Time Winder. Got out the Sonic Fox setup. Oh, not even. Slightly different route, and that's all you need to kill. Great stuff out of SQ there.
Love that they're getting the limit strike as well. Oh no, and here's where that labbing comes back to bite you if you're Aarondamac. Had a great lead. However, you let the lab monster get one hit and expect to win the game. Not a chance.
Yeah, no shot. And got the overhead with the clone out. Wasn't able to pick up a confirm, but it's all good. Gonna get that kill anyways. SQ evening it up, 1 round apiece. Let's see who takes game 1 in this set.
Once again, it's like we almost get to see the John Hancock of each player as they approach this game. SQ really going for that one-touch scenario, but you know that the moment that you get touched, it's pretty much GG's.
Oh, 100%. I mean, SQ is proving how talented they are to be piloting Ahri. She's definitely strong, but as far as I understand, her combo game is pretty tough to lock down consistent. So shout outs to locking that in a ladder format, making it all this way, and showing off big time against Aarondamac, who's definitely no slouch. This is a sick sequence. Great pickup in the corner. And now Aaron looking at a huge uphill battle. You don't get your beam mix anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is looking like you might be getting no mix at all. If anyone has a route to kill here, it's SQ. Gonna be going into the super. Gets the time winder, it comes back, and all of a sudden, the Psycho Crusher from Ahri is gonna be all she wrote. Rewrites the script on Aarondamac and takes game 1 with a vengeance.
Yeah, meter is so strong on really all these characters, and you saw it to great effect there. There was this discovery this week, I believe, for Echo that you can super again as long as you rewind your clone or to your clone while supering. It resets your ability to do that without the need of any additional fuses, and we're seeing that potentially come into action here as SQ cooks her way into this first game, and now gets the time winder on Vi, and it just has to hold this the whole time. This is not a fun spot to be in.
Has to hold even more. Oh my goodness, what a setup. You also have the clone behind it. What a setup for SQ. Aaron gets out of the way.
Yeah, sometimes less is
doesn't
more.
want to deal with that in any capacity.
That full jump empty low was so gross. Chat, you all got hit. Admit it.
Listen, I mean, you've been on the Sentry show now. I know you're pressing 1.
100%. We've seen it on there.
Utilizing the plus frames, gets in the corner, but great blocks from SQ. Oh man, Aaron wanted to meet her in the air. However, it's not going to quite be enough. Now, just willing to lose the bye, go into this Jinx with a fresh character and a fresh mentality.
At this point, you almost wonder if Aaron's plan is just buy enough time to get your breakbeater Mac as much as you can going into this next round, because without any assist chance, this is going to be an insane comeback to make. But this is going to be a ton of damage, and if they choose to spend the level 3, it could be a death. But no, we're going for Oki, as you should. This is a dead Echo. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Fury's around the corner. There could be a one-touch situation. Let's see.
Yeah, there's potential here. However, Aaron might not want to spend this. Excuse me. Even if you do have the Fury meter at your disposal, maybe better to just take it on to the next round, utilize the break later, and have a better grasp on managing that burst macro.
Yeah, honestly, shoutouts to the balancing team for Tuco, because it's a really interesting decision a lot of the time on whether to pop Fury or not. It's so strong offensively and defensively, but it's not going to get you out of a throw. To SQ already on a set point. Let's go.
Aaron just trying to maintain this space. Here we go. Continuing the sequence with the wall bounce. Gets the tag launcher. Jinx, your time to get back in there. Monkey Oki out here.
Yeah, great neutral jump on the Clappy. Jinx loves getting throws into that. Always a free pickup. And SQ very well aware how to deal with that situation. Now, Aaron, not touched yet. I mean, Perfect is still on the table for this round. There's still a ways to go, but with a good opening like that, Vi has the potential to cook you. There's the semi-command throw. I don't know what to call that yet. Never heard of a techable command throw in my life, but here we are. Half or 150% of SQ's total health already gone.
Uh-oh. That command throw is very reminiscent to throws in BlazBlue, throws in Under Night, where you do get a pretty strong window to tech, especially off of hit stun.
Carry's so good.
Wait, tears. Great reaction from Aarondamac. Gets rewarded with the round as well. Let me get some pyrotechnics out here to finish it off.
Yeah, just flexing. I guess you have the meter. Why not spend it? But I don't know if that was literally just for fun or what the deal is, because the other super would have connected, but it doesn't really matter. We've seen this situation before.
Oh yeah, this time choosing not to respect it, just goes low. It seems like the last time this happened, Aaron completely forgot that you could just go low, interrupt any sort of parrying attempts.
Yeah,
something I can really appreciate though, Nidden, is look at how safe this offense has been, steering clear of the parries, steering clear of the get-up attack. Just wants to make sure that this last round is handled cleanly and safely.
Yeah, great awareness of all the different defensive options available and calling out that get-up attack in a great way. We love seeing that movement. I know Leffen was saying ground movement was awful heading into closed beta. I wonder if he still shares that opinion now, because we're seeing a lot of great microspacing in this set.
They say a lot of things. They say that the ground movement was looking a little weak. They say that, you know, Strat players don't have whiff punishing fundamentals. Both players proven just about all of these sentiments wrong in just one round.
Yeah, seriously. And immediately, oh, what a good call out of the air. No block on that burst. Great choice to pull it off at mid-air. And let's see what a solo Echo can do. Full charge, that's so juicy.
Love that here. Tag launcher once again. We've seen these setups before. Goes for the throw, and that's one of the beautiful parts about that setup. Even if you jump the throw, if you try to come down, you've got a chimp waiting for you.
And Vi is pissed at the floor right now, as you see Aaron taking us to game 3, the first final game of this bracket. I'm sure the first of many, as definitely cooking with the Jinx Vi. Shout out Arcane. Season 1, definitely better than Season 2. Don't at me.
I know we're on a NACL broadcast. Shout out Riot Games. I have not watched Arcade. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think you can stick to Season 1 if you ever want to go check it out. Just pretend the second it happened. I might be the minority there, but yeah. Not to say it was bad, but I would have enjoyed just watching Season 1 a little more.
Oh man. So far, pretty big advantage here for Aarondamac though. Has a full break meter compared to break poverty here on the SQ side.
Yeah, the Echo charge heavy, pulling in the opponent always leads to sick confirms, and not able to get a full confirm off that one, but always fun to see that in action. You've got to be ready to anti-air those Echoes or you're going to get cooked. There's the rocket covering the Vi.
Love that command grab is here. Great pickup as well. Spends the meter to make sure that this Echo is dead. Aaron pulled out all the stops to make sure that he could take out this last game and advance on the winner's quarters.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely cooking right now. A ton of damage on the table here. Time for the 4th of July. Let's see what the follow-up is, because you can tech out high in the air. Ari does like being airborne, and a little bit mixed with the movement, but not going to be enough. Classic Vi activities. We're just getting that one little hit. Quick confirmed swing in after set point here for Aarondamac.
Potentially one more round before the slugfest is over. These two have been trading blows that I don't think I've seen from them despite playing the same game for years.
Yeah, this set has been a sick one to watch, and I'm glad that we're not getting any of the same characters also. Obviously, while we're a little bit newer in the game, there's not only 9 characters available, and getting 4 unique ones is always a fun sight, and it's leading to some sick interactions here.
I think that in 2 matches we have literally seen 6 characters. Like this for a game where we were only gonna have 9, I feel like that's almost unprecedented.
Yeah, they did a great job, and I don't think anyone is like actually bad. I know people would say Braum is probably like the worst character right now. I just think he's underexplored. Because don't forget, people were saying the same thing about Alawi during the Alpha Labs, and look at her go now, right? Granted, there's been some changes, but still, she's cooking.
SQ so far maintaining advantage, and that's only in the health bar. Though look at these break meters; they couldn't be night and day different.
Yeah, they really couldn't, and that cross-up button is so good. And speaking of cross-up buttons, while Vi is on screen, you always got to be ready for that jump heavy, because it's not even meant to be a cross-up button, and that thing can hit from across the screen behind your head. It's insane.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait, that did not look like it was supposed to cross up by any stretch of the imagination.
How many electrics do we got? I think, shout out Boba Timo, I think got 10 so far. I think that's the max we've seen. Only 2 in this route. And let's see what we get. Oh, it's everyone's favorite ultimate in the game. It's time to beat the crap out of this character.
Yep. Bionic arm is outside. Gets the kill on the Echo. SQ now with a Fury and a Dream.
Fury is so juicy. Probably going to have to pop here. No, it actually drops. So going just for level 1. I could see a world you get 1 good touch. Could just pop it to get all that damage out here. No, we're using it defensively. Now you got to be ready. Don't forget, it's not just the dash cancel and the speed or the damage boost. There's also speed boost on there. So this Ari's going to be zooming.
10 seconds left. SQ has a lot of work to do, but Fury is the way to get it.
Is that enough?
Oh no! Oh, this will for sure be enough now. Make sure to go for the super to ensure that livelihood is secured. What an unlucky break for Aarondamac, but what a way for SQ to take advantage of it and keep herself alive in this.
Yeah, what a clutch last stand assist from the Echo there. Mega Time Winder getting just enough damage out and are able to lock down the opponent there. Just enough to get to the timeout, and we're going to the final round here. Time to cook. We get the overhead. Look at all that time to confirm off the handshake tag. And they're going to have to force the burst out of Aaron here.
Yep. Still just had barely enough time to block. However, you got the install in here. Such a scary spot, especially in the hands of SQ.
Echo saying, what the heck is a clappy? I didn't see one. I'm just running right by that thing. And now Jinx is going to be toast.
More than that, might not even need to spend meter, not even close. And just like that, SQ is now in the driver's seat and trying to take this thing to remain winners.
Are we gonna get a final game, final round ending with a perfect? How does that even make sense? Is that just how 2xKO works? You can just cook that hard? It's looking very possible. Let's see. Push back.
Just about 1 more interaction to go.
Oh, this is crazy. I mean, what do you even do without Fury on deck? This is so tough. It's going to be just enough chip. Does get an opening, so the perfect is gone. The battle or the uphill climb begins. Can you get this comeback? No. First is going to be out. Fresh health Echo in. Following up the projectile from Ari. Good patience there. Doesn't force it. Level 3 is almost or is available for Echo. Could go for a big reversal here.
I love that, calling out the tag. Make sure that the assist is off the table. That goes back in here, runs up and goes for the throw. SQ brings it all the way back. to stay on the winner's side of the bracket. What a way to go to last game, last round, and what a way to close it out for SQ. That is what we call nerves of steel.
Yeah, seriously. Definitely not their first rodeo. I've definitely been in this situation once or twice before, and cooking, we love to see that. I'm sure their chat is going crazy. Just a sick match. We love seeing that.
I was the only thing more entertaining than that SQ gameplay is always the SQ chat. Always curious to see, what they've got going on in there. I've seen the twos for SQ. I always see like the support. I mean, and how are you supposed to not play your best when you have a community like that rallying around you? Like, I mean, the motivation is literally always right there.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, just ask iPhone. Any new game that comes out, that huge community boost is going to definitely help and let him take a tournament here or there. Probably just everyone in this bracket's grateful. iPhone decided to spare everyone today. So now we're going to be heading into K7 Show Off versus Bleed. Like we mentioned before, K7, a huge advocate of duo play, here as a solo today. I think the last tweet I saw when he placed, I think it was like top 3 in TNS, maybe second, alongside Diaphone, saying duo play so sick, but man, it's hard. Let's see how easy solo is. Maybe he's onto something. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I really like everyone's philosophy for whether we're playing solos or duos. Like, you see duos where it's like, oh, I just really rock with he's like, I really rock with my character. Oh wow, that's very new. Anyway,
did you spot that?
Oh, it's like, what was that? What was that fuse too? That was very strange.
I think we have Pulse enabled here from Lead. I'm 95% sure I saw that. And I've been meaning to ask some devs, because I remember they mentioned there's some overlap with some characters if you have like Vi's command target combos or Brahms where you hit the same normal twice. They wanted to find a way to circumvent that for Pulse. You can still access those without having that compromise on Pulse. I'm not sure if that's in yet, but with Pulse around, you totally could just rely on some nice little auto combos to confirm around. So let's see if Bleed ends up going for them. I'm not even sure what the auto combos look like in this game. I see them so rarely.
Oh my gosh! And then we're starting to see that a lot from a lot of the who you would consider the top players right now. When both characters are on the screen, it is a no burst zone. They're always ready to react to that with a tag, and always ready to get the punish as well.
Yeah, it's a great indication of skill, or maybe I'm just self-reporting here. I'm still not at that level yet. I got to work that into my gameplay. It's so strong, and from what I understand, that's a big benefit of freestyle. That's why people like to run with that, especially since mix has changed in closed beta, where all assist attacks are now mid rather than high and low. And right away, we see K7 cook with this freestyle, absolutely decimating Bleed so far, which is a little ironic. You're going up against Darius. Your name is Bleed. I don't know if that's a bad omen or if that means you have the counterplay unlocked. But so far, maybe it's looking a bit like the former.
Yeah, I mean, so far he has been living up to his namesake for sure. And look at it right there. It's like Bleed meet Bleed.
Bleed meet Bleed indeed. And now Bleed trying to claw his way back into this game. Are we going to go for Limit Strike here? Or are we just going for raw damage? We are going for it. Generate some meter. Just getting called out. Why are you standing in front of me? Get back in that corner.
Uh-oh. See if I'm going for these throws. And I'm bringing right back over here, my friend, right into the ground, 6 feet under. And now Bleed on his last character in the first game.
What Riot thought it was a good idea to give Darius a power wave, by the way. I mean, it definitely had some cool variety to his gameplay, but I don't know if he needs all that.
Oh, I love that. Puts out the time winder. However, great parry coming out here by Bleed. Trying to get something going on here.
Yep, exactly right. That head charge heavy can get you a lot of mileage, or it can get you in big trouble if you're abusing it. And what in the world? How is that catching your toes? What?
Level 3 for Vibe. So far working out. We got to see if that's going to be able to continue later on in the set, because if there's one thing that top players don't do, it's let something like that happen twice.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I need a DQ. And let's see what we can get cooking here. Bleed showing, not going out without a fight. We're going to round 3.
Bleed kind of turned up the heat there in the second round. You look at a name like K7, who has been, playing a lot of TXKO, has been considered in that upper echelon. Look at something like Bleed, who we haven't seen too much of, but you got to remember, they both got to this point in the bracket. It truly is anybody's game and anybody's set.
Yeah, it's a great point. And as far as I can tell, Bleed only lost to Joe Slime SG and made it pretty deep in, going 5-1. So kind of unchecked right now in terms of the top names of the bracket, but off to a great start here, showing that he can hang with the best of them.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, this is like the half-court 3 of heat checks, and so far he's looking like Steph Curry.
Oh man, that's Omega Gas. Please enjoy that one when you watch the VALORANT back later. And oh, great parry. It's time to cook. Yasuo is doing Yasuo things. This is going to be scaled a bit, so I imagine we're going to be going for a reset rather than dumping meter. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Corner combos off of the throw. One of the markings of an incredible character.
Seriously. And did anyone know what side that Yasuo is ending up on after the dash? I know I didn't. It goes for the throw either way, but man, that is so ambiguous.
Oh no!
Are we going to see the first 2XKO? No, we are not. Title card is not happening now. A great pickup off hitting both characters. Darius has a huge uphill battle here. Does get the bleed off onto Bleed. Bleed says, no thank you, get out of my airspace. This is my game.
Now, wait a minute. Bleed raising some eyebrows right now, including mine. Definitely not the result of the first game that at least I was expecting, but a very welcome one at that. All I gotta say is that if y'all see these big names, one of the biggest things you can do as a competitor is realize, you know what? They're still human just like me. They're also gonna make mistakes. It's just on me to capitalize on those and try to take home the W.
Honestly, I might have to find Bleed later and ask them. Maybe that's part of the reason they chose the name. They're trying to make sure these gods bleed as well. They're not so great. Let's see. A quick pickup. It's Yasuo time. Are we going for the reset? We are. Backs off. Maybe looking for a get up attack or forward roll there. And happy birthday. Going to force the break out of Bleed here. Going to get picked up again anyways. Oh, this is the worst feeling. You pop the break and you just get right back into the blender. This is going to be some juicy damage. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. You see that there? Keeps you in the corner. Hemorrhage is applied. That is not the spot you want to be in if you are bleeding out.
And that forward throw pickup off the area is so sick. And honestly, even though I was kind of roasting the power wave before, that combo rout's pretty sick. You dash the other side, let that thing rock. Pretty sweet stuff from K7 as you see him slicing the moon in half and slicing this game in half. 1 round to go. K7 here to even up the series.
So far trying to stifle that momentum that Bleed has gotten. Here we go though. Puts up the wind wall. I was gonna say not too sure if he's trying to navigate that corner's pressure with Time Winder available. What a mix up there. Gets the Darius assist to hit on whatever side he wants. And the only side it ends up being is the correct one.
Yeah, that Darius assist is so juicy. Gives you an hour and a half to confirm. And you know, players of this caliber making it to this point are not going to drop it. K7 taking huge advantage of that opportunity, and now it's up to a solo Alawi against one of the scarier comps in the game damage-wise. Let's see. Does get a pickup, but immediately just going to pop the burst from K7 with a huge lead. I guess just deciding, hey, I'm going to get another one back even if this game goes the distance, so might as well let it rip now.
K7 is engaging in type B of both type A and B character love. Type A, you're going to run Juggernaut, you're going to run Sidekick, you're going to give yourself only the tools that you absolutely need. But when you're someone like K7, you want to do whatever is best for your boy, and so far it's looking like that Darius pairing is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, that game 2 certainly looks pretty optimal. Unlike Bleed's avatar, I'm still caught off guard every time that thing pops up.
Go here. K7 off to a pretty strong start so far. I really enjoy matchups like this bin because one of the main drawbacks, one of the main turnoffs for a lot of people who were willing to use the freestyle fuse, which is that assist cooldown, is essentially non-existent in a matchup where both players are using the same fuse.
Yeah, exactly. The playing field is totally level here, and you're seeing them make great use of it. K7 got some sandwich mix before, good combo extensions. He's ready to roll. As you see, sandwich set up there, not opting to tag back to the Darius, and now getting swung all the way back in the corner. I think it's time to go gambling. What do you say?
Yep. Give me that Super 2. Putting some quarters in the slot machine. And so far, it's looking like a whole lot of nothing. The throw is going to finish off the sequence there. Now K7 is at disadvantage.
Yeah, definitely going to be quite a climb here. What can we see from Bleed? Gets Echo out of there. When the Echo is back, he's still going to have that bleed on Bleed. So that's going to be a tough thing to deal with. Let's see. Gets the pickup, and Time Warner's going to get rid of the debuff. Is it coming back? No, we're calling out the follow-up. One button supers. You can't be swinging when we got that meter.
Oh my goodness. Bleed looking so good. What great awareness to now put K7 on his last legs for this round.
Yeah, great awareness, and especially with Echo, if you're going to use the ult as reversal, you've got to watch out from the distance you use it at. Throws are going to beat it, and there was no risk of it there. Great choice. Now we're basically in a one-touch situation. Echo assist is going to secure it. Blink and you miss it. He comes in with the quick.
Man, I was going to say, I was like, that is a very scary spot. Like, that was very possible to come back there for Darius, especially like in the hands of someone like K7. So you got to be a little bit more careful there in your end game, but Bleed seems to have it figured out.
Yeah, seriously. And when you got the whole squad pulling up, whenever you show up to the home stage, like you're gonna have that home court advantage. As we see him trying to abuse that now. Let's see what he can get. Yasuo jumps over to the other side. What a call out on the challenge from Bleed.
Oh my gosh, the pickups too. Going into the tag launch, you already know. I was gonna say we're going onto the other side, but really good situational awareness there from K7. Prioritizing the corner over the hemorrhage.
Yeah, shout out to auto correction there. And when you get that power wave, you can just react with which super you get, depending on which side you're on. You just choose to throw them right back in the corner. Bleed, I imagine, is just considering seeing what you can get done without popping this break, because there's basically no health left on the table.
Yeah, might be a just desserts type of round. In Guilty Gear Strive, we used to have a strategy where you, at this point, would just die, let them take the round, because going into this round with the burst advantage is much more valuable.
Seriously, and you see it going into effect there. Definitely some good value. Can this allow me make a insane comeback? You got to parry everything. You're just going to get chipped out from a single hit. And there it is. It's just a raw hit, but that's going to take us to final game, final round, in our last game of Winners Round 1 of Top 16.
And this is where misplaying around that break situation comes out to bite you. If there are two characters in this game who you really want to make sure you have break against, it's Darius and Yasuo. And now K7 has access to the Darius and Yasuo, but you don't have any access to that break meter.
I mean, just look at this damage. That's with just a level 1, no double down on deck. You get the bleed, you're toast. I mean, maybe you go for a push block, but Yasuo's going to be dashing right in your face and could go for a free punish on the assist character anyway. So definitely a tough spot to find yourself in. And right back we go. You got the bleed on. You got Yasuo combo in your face. No break to be seen. Now you're in a hard knockdown. This is a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I was going to say, got Darius back on deck.
Man, we are blocking.
How do you get out of here?
That is crazy.
Now with the Fury bar engaged, it could be... Oh no, I was going to say it could be one interaction for Bleed. Now all K7 needs to do is finish the combo, go straight into the super. And once again, that's going to be all she wrote. Another final game, final round scenario. This time going into K7's hands.
Yeah, seriously. And despite Bleed's best Ben Wallace impression, blocking left and right all day, not able to secure the final game. And here we are, K7 cooking his way into winners round 2 of Top 16, which I believe will be top 8.
Yes, every win on the winner's side ended up in our top 8 winners, which is a incredible spot to be. As you can see, guaranteed that 5th place finish. And now you're going to be playing against some of the best players that NA has to offer. Yes. Meanwhile, on the loser side, though, we have some pretty interesting action going on. And why don't you walk us through and let us know what's up?
Yeah, so Yata actually takes 2 games back-to-back, knocking out Hava, and that means no dream third set for Hava on the losers run comeback. And we do see Aarondamac as well, taking it over Shadow Clone, going up against Mr. Marbin. We'll be taking a look at that here in a bit. And we still are waiting on the loser of, I believe, oh, right, that'll be Bleed going up against Lestat next. So, losers round 2, still cooking. Going to be some juicy matches over there. We'll be checking that out in the next round. But up next, we get to see who you were looking for. Maze Trap's going to be going up against SQ in winter semis. This should be fun.
Yep. Super excited to see what this Jinx is cooking. Because, like I said, I've seen the Twitter clips. I've seen the placements. Now I'm really excited to see it for my own eyes. The echoes in the back as well. That's how you know they're down for business.
Seriously, and I know Super Noon has had a big calling for Jinx's Beam Super Mix to get nerfed. Let's see if he is predicting the proper omen and that it might be untouchable. And SQ is going to be doing everything she can to prove Jinx wrong in this match.
Right. So far, though, the life lead is very slightly in the favor of Maze Trap. Oh my gosh! Now we're gonna be forcing the burst out of SQ. Wants to keep things relatively neutral, but that is not the way to do it. Maze Trap taking advantage not only of the break meter, but now has a life advantage to go with it.
Yeah, and that Firecracker Super is going to be just a bit too far away to get the pickup, but it doesn't matter. It's beam time. She's got him. She's shooting him. It's everybody's favorite level 1. Let's see this Echo mix. We get the charge roll. Not able to get any pickup. Playing it pretty patient there. And now it's just Echo v Echo shenanigans. What do we got?
Super plus. Gonna be maintaining that advantage. SQ blocking real well. Tried to finally go for some sort of press, but Maze Traps is on the case, picking up round 1.
Yeah, and again, we do have Maze Traps on the left side here, SQ on the right, and you're gonna be seeing a parry immediately, a double parry. The awareness is crazy here, and I've been saying all week, I think one of the biggest indicators early on in this game of a skill gap is the use of parry. It's so good in so many situations, and it shows a ton of awareness, especially in a game as mixy as this, as SQ struggling to block that situation, and now you're going back. Oh, I mean, you would have expected a back throw, but just either way, going to get chipped out by the Mega Time Winder. And now Maze Traps looking to take game 1 potentially. 2 health bars to 1. Only a Fury to work with here for SQ.
Off that last sequence there, Maze Traps being sure to put Echo in the back, right where he works the best. However, though, would be wishing that he had a little bit of that health. I did not know that air throw was going to kill Fury. You sure are damn thing. That is crazy.
Yeah, Fury is so juicy. It's really, really valuable offensively and defensively, as you see. Even just buffing the air throw. What kind of neutral are we playing? Is this Street Fighter?
Oh my gosh.
Getting shimmied in 2x KO like it's Punk v Tokido or something. What the hell? That was insane.
Last stand is on the table. Gets SQ to start wiggling in 2 straight rounds for Maze Traps. Looking real good. And I gotta say, if this set continues to go this way, you absolutely called it, saying that we'd be seeing him in the winners finals.
Yeah, Maze has been cooking, and the only trap I saw there was the neutral jump trap. That option is so scary. You got to be on the lookout for it, because as soon as you whiff something, you're going to get slammed on the dome, and it's going to be a ton of damage. There's one thing about this game that's pretty cool. You get hit with that opening overhead. It doesn't really affect the scaling or the hit stun decay of the combo, as far as I'm aware.
Still getting that max damage. Going for that overhead again. I like that though. Tried to bait out the burst with a hard call out. Says, I know what's inside that head. Oh my gosh. 2 supers as well to try to make sure that Ari's out of there too.
Yup, got Echo on the other side. Great reaction onto SQ using one of Echo's options there. Just going to confirm with the punish on the other side. Backing off the get up attack. Maze Traps looking like a psychic as we get our first perfect of the bracket. Man, absolutely rolling right now.
And it's just pure domination from Maze Traps. We saw a player like Aaron take SQ down to the literal wire, but in the hands of a very similar team, but this time with the Echo instead of the Vi. Like, it's looking like Maestras has this matchup on lock. It has not even looked close for SQ in just about any of these rounds.
Maze just took 3 straight health bars without getting touched, and it might be another one at this point. Does end up getting the single parry on the Jinx Super, not able to parry the whole thing, probably just respecting the low from Echo up close. Oh my god, where double perfect is on the table. There's SQ can't allow this, surely, right?
Oh no, this is gonna be real scary. Oh my god! Once again, we've got shimmies on shimmies. Buy one, get one free there, as Maze Traps is gonna try to take this. Has so much meter, has double down. This should be more than enough. Goes for the laser, goes for the time winder. It is gonna be going straight on to the winners finals with a perfect. Nuts.
We just saw a double perfect in top. What the heck just happened? SQ's no slouch. That's insane. What? Am I dreaming? I know I've been waiting for this game for like 9 years, but like the game's actually out, right? And I watched that. That's like a real thing that just happened.
Hey, T1, yeah, I think I have your guy. I think I know exactly who you need to side for this game. We got someone in NA who's going crazy right now.
Who in God's green earth was gonna be expecting the first $500 skin of 2xKO to be for Maze Traps? That's crazy. We're gonna get a sick Echo skin, guys. You guys better start saving up. That's insane. I'm flabbergasted. I can't believe we just witnessed that.
Well, all right then. May's gonna be sitting pretty in winners finals. So far has not lost a game in the top 16 despite the competition that he's been facing. Like, what a performance so far. Gotta see if it can continue as he plays against the next portion of the competition.
Oh, hey, how's your tourney run going? Oh, yeah, I haven't lost a game in top 16. I haven't taken a hit since, like, the first round. It's another day. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, we got to lock in for another banger. Hikari versus K7. Going to be 2 insane players. As we already saw, it's time to deal with the tentacle mix in the corner, and it's just going to be constant pressure here as we... Guys, the player on the left... Okay, finally the player on the left has taken some damage. Oh, my goodness. I wasn't going to be able to handle another perfect.
Man, we have the 9-3 curse in VALORANT. We have the left side blessing in 2xKO.
Yeah, this is something else. I know I'm playing rock, paper, scissors for left side moving forward until proven otherwise. That this is insane. And now K7 saying, finally, let's break this curse. We'll get a little damage out here. Hikari's just letting it happen, holding on to the break, assuming with this health lead that he's going to be able to take this round off K7. And there's the opening. Honestly, great choice. You saved the break, and now you got it rolling into round 2. And K7 has nothing to show for a tough first round.
Yeah, I was going to say the Gambit paying off there. Electing to go for no break there now means that you're in a strict advantage going into this next round. As you can see, all of this is free damage. There's not a single thing that K7 can do to get rid of this.
Yeah, great composure there, knowing no break on deck. You've got to make sure you don't drop it. And actually, I spoke too soon. As soon as break shows up, ends up dropping it. I wonder if there was a little bit of a worry of that break coming out. Now, K7 trying to even things up a little bit, able to do so. Got lead still to deal with for Alawi. This is a tough spot to be in. We're just getting beat up in the background.
Yeah, he's like, it's crying uncle for sure. There we go, though. Goes for the burst. Actually ends up paying off there, though. Not a very conventional burst, but one that definitely comes with positive value.
Yeah, I wonder if they were expecting that exact option or just generally some type of follow-up. That might have just been a really hard read on the S1 Super, and if so, great call-out. Spending a break and getting some meter out of the way, pretty good trade-off, honestly. You see Hikari trying to secure this. Oh, there's going to be some big damage here. Back to no break. We got the wall slump because Yasuo gets those too. And now we're going to slice the moon in half and slice this Yasuo's health bar completely to smithereens. Going to be up to a pixel with health, basically, for Darius against 2 strong characters from the online tournament GOAT right now.
As you mentioned before, Hikari trying to take another one and gets one step closer there with the victory in game 1.
Yeah, I wonder if Hikari was actually watching that last set, because I could see that being like some big inspiration. He wants to get a piece of what Maze is cooking and show he earned the right to be a back-to-back. I'm trying to think, how many days in a row has Hikari won tournaments? Won Tuco Tuesday, won TNS. Was there a tournament on Wednesday that Hikari won? I'll just assume yes.
I was like, if you don't know the answer, it's probably yes. Like that's been running it so far.
A pretty good default. As we see some good pressure here. Wow, actually hits both characters. Is that bud can hit both sides? Okay, it turns out. Wow, he jumped light. Pretty juicy.
Try to go for a crazy little fuzzy setup there. Try to mess with the fuzzy block. Not going to be too much though.
Good awareness there from K7 to immediately jab out that tentacle. Don't let them set that up for free. Now you're getting hit with this dash through. No pickup for the full combo. Doesn't matter. You're going to get another opportunity here with the NA reset.
Woo. That's like now going to be resetting once again. This time, though, going to be going in the favor of K7. Gets the pickup with the weird hit of the judgment cut as well. Really good routing. I mean, something that we've come to expect from this man.
Yeah, seriously, great use of the stomp to get pickups mid route there. Alawi assist was always great for extending those combos, getting tentacles to deal with. And Alawi Yasuo definitely allows for some really cool custom routing with those tentacle pickups, as Yasuo can basically create any ground state for the opponent. As we see here, just kind of going freestyle on this guy without, or does have the fuse. Coming up with the own freestyle combo. Toast. K7 showing there's still some life left in it.
Yeah, that one was light work. Alexa this time go into the Yasuo mirror to get things kicked off and pays off there as well. I mean, you know, you usually expect the guy who writes the combo guide to have the best router.
Yeah, it totally makes sense, and I'm sure with all the stuff Marlon Pie set up, there's a lot of fun for people to have routing this character. And honestly, every day I feel like I'm seeing totally new route structure. So this character seems almost like endless discovery right now. And, what a call out with the burst! There's going to be some fat damage. Look at this extension. We're coming back down to the tentacle. Where's hitting you into the corner? Limit strike time. Give me my break meter back. You're getting some juicy pressure here. Oh, happy birthday! Yeah.
What a match there. Gets Yasuo out of the way. Now it's down to this Hikari Alawi to try to take it. And what an arrow throw to get things kicked off. What else could deliver more of a statement than that?
Yeah, seriously. And the Magic Pixel giving K7 a chance still to keep that Darius alive. It'll be just a smidge of hell. Can we secure the round here? Yes, we can. There's plenty of meter on deck. And easily one of the coolest ult animations in the game, especially since it's been cleaned up since the previous, why am I blanking? Alpha Labs, that's the word. Looks super juicy now. And yeah, great stuff out of K7. We're going to another game 3. I'm down for this all night. Let's just have banger set after banger set. Why not?
Oh yeah. I mean, I gotta say, like, this is probably one of the first games where I can confidently say, listen, if every set went to last game, I would be not only not mad, I would be delighted, because look at the action we got going on right now. We got the pickup, and look at the routing adjustments from Hikari to keep both characters inside. Massive damage on the Darius, and even more massive damage on the Yasuo going into this mix-up.
Yeah, the privilege of this team comp to be able to happy birthday for that long is actually crazy. I'm usually happy to get like 30% on both characters, and that was a huge chunk off of life bars. Massive lead for Hikari off the bat. Gotta feel great. And makes me feel even better about spending that break early on. I think there was a parry attempt there. I wonder if maybe he forgot to let go of down. That's definitely something that can happen in this game. Not going to matter. Tag launcher time. Yasuo's going to slice and dice. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, what an adjustment here from Hikari. We saw it kind of get started there in the last game, but now fully being realized. Hikari seems to have the download here on K7, makes it known there with the cut into the level 1, and now is sitting on set point.
Yeah, great start here from Hikari. Those happy birthdays pay off so well, especially if there's no break on the table. And now, let's see, are we going to force the break immediately out from K7? You don't want to use it at the start of a round when you're on your set life. And opts not to, but now you're going to get up attack.
No!
It's probably the highest risk, highest reward option in that situation. If you do hit the Alawi, all the tentacles are gone. If you don't, you see what happens.
Oh no. You said it there, the gambit that doesn't pay off. Now K7 is going to be fighting from a pretty insane deficit. I mean, as we know, Yuri on Yashiro quite good, not as good though, when you not only get thrown out of the Fury dash, but also the get up attack gets baited. Now, the one resource you had, the one way to lead the win condition is off the table, and all the cards are looking out of your favor.
Yeah, Brutal's about to be able to actually get a decent combo out of there, but with such limited resources, this is going to be a brutal one, and break is just around the corner for Hikari. Yeah, this is looking like it might be GG.
Yeah, I was like, this is not the spot you want to be if you're K7. The super comes out and closes the end of this chapter. The Alawi starts it, the Alawi finishes it, and it's looking like we are going to see Hikari close that one out and head on into the winners finals going up against Maze Trap.
Yeah, nothing new for Hikari. Going to be great to see these two Titans battle it out. But after all of those sick matches, we're going to have to take a quick breather to regain some composure and get prepped for this final stretch as we go into these banger matches. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back in just a few.
The North American League of Legends scene is having a disastrous offseason.
It really sucks to be a part of a region that everyone just shit talks.
Still fighting! Things are looking pretty dark for the future of any League of Legends.
Massive AP threats! Lucio's just going in to waste their time!
I just don't think that there's a lot of new players trying to get better at the game.
Decent position, double circle, double gallium, and the jungle Trendemir game! Inspire claims a pentakill! It's good! They have more than earned the respect to the international stage.
Thank you, FlyQuest, for making us believe.
League is dead, right? Long live the league.
I'm the best of all time, baby. Let's hear it.
You're so good. How are you so good?
I love you, Jake.
GG's.
Hi guys, it's Basil and welcome to my setup. This is where I draw, game, and submit job applications. This is the NZXT Player 2 AMD edition, powered by AMD's Ryzen. Is it Ryzen or Risen? Risen? Powered by AMD's Ryzen 5 9600X and Ryzen 7 9700X. Two of the best choices for gamers thinking about leveling up their gameplay. Look at this gameplay. It's insanely smooth, no stutters, only frames. This PC isn't just for games, it powers up every single detail of my artwork too. I can bounce between projects, games, and streams. If you're building your dream setup, start with NZXT and AMD. Grab yours today with the link in my bio.
All right, guys, welcome back to FlyQuest Fight Night. A juicy start for 2XKO. It's such a sick game, and of course, we have to have a sick bracket. These matches have been insane. If you have missed them, I should say, you definitely should go back and check them out. We've had a double perfect on winner's side in a top 16 bracket. That's actually unfathomable. And now we're going to be heading into some banger matches after banger matches after banger matches, and unfortunately the only downside so far is we haven't seen my boy Blitzcrank. Where are they lurking? I need to see him now.
Hey, he might be out there somewhere. Looking at these other teams, I can't say that we've seen any Blitzcrank from these competitors that we have here so far. However, who knows, we might get the charity blitz, something like that later on. You can never lose faith.
Yeah, who knows? You could have the backup plan. I just want to see some good command grabs. I'm a big fan. I've been on the grappler kick for a bit now, and Blitz has just been feeling like home for me. But doesn't matter. My main doesn't have to be here for us to have sick matches. Even with all the Yasuos, Echoes, there's plenty of sauce here on the table. And of course, we're going to be going right into Aarondamac versus Mr. Marbin. We saw Aaron play already. I believe it's going to be our first time seeing Mr. Marbin. It is. And this is going to be a really fun one to see, because the winner of this is going to be going up against K7 Show Off, who we've seen dominate so far. And up until, of course, you run into Hikari, which, I mean, only so much can be said about that, right? There's no shame in dropping a set to that gamer, and we'll see if they're able to make the run back, because I'm sure everybody wants to get a piece of that and stop this tyranny at this point of Hikari dominating these online brackets.
Yep. No, 100%. I mean, Hikari has been putting in the work. However, there are 7 very capable competitors that are sitting there waiting to get a crack at it, waiting for a shot to get over on Hikari for the one time. However, got a whole loser side to play out. We have Mr. Marbin, who is, I believe, the only player out of the remaining players besides Yada who has not been on stream yet, getting one of the first chances to ever showcase their skills here on twitch.tv/FlyQuest. Should be a great time.
I'm so excited. I spoke it into existence. I had no idea who Mr. Marvin plays. We got the Beat Boot Man himself. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's get some sick setups here. Let's build up steam and let's cook.
We have definitely one of the things that Mitten and I do have in common is that love for the big trash collector himself. So far, like, he's getting put in the garbage by this Vi and Jinx combo. You can never count Aarondamac out, no matter how much you want a character just to see.
Seriously, and as much as I want to count them out, to see Blitz cook here, not going to be doing it on my end as we see the classic start. Jinx going to be cooking a bit. We're shooting them. Oh, we do get the restand here. Going to force the breakout, and now, wow, unable to get a pickup from Vi. Rare to see that with that character. And oh my god, this robot is moving.
There we go. The steam is now built. Now these mixers are about to go full steam ahead, especially with the get-up attack already getting countered. Here comes Blitz. Are we going to see the switch in? It's looking like that's not going to be the case. The tentacles are all we need to get things kicked off here. Mr. Marvin takes first blood.
Exactly right. And with Blitz having steam on deck and Alawi on point, well, no longer having the steam on deck, but that is basically a win condition. If Alawi gets the proper opening, I'm sure you guys have seen it on Twitter, S2 super into Blitz enhanced rocket grab, S1 super loop, it's pretty unstoppable. You can kind of reset whenever, but luckily for Aaron, able to deal with that robot and not have to worry about that, at least for this round.
I like that. Aaron taking this space slowly but surely. Doesn't want to act too rash against the character he knows can blow him up, and finally gets the opening he needs. However, going to get blown right back away.
Wow, that was actually so close for Mr. Marvin. I don't know if you've ever been hit by a raw Vi last stand assist, but that thing is chunky, and it definitely could have taken him out, but doesn't matter. We got the beam super. Round one going to Aaron. Let's see if Mr. Marvin can stay composed here and rein this one back in. It's mix time. Oh!
Uh-oh.
What a call out.
Hope says Mr. Marvin wants none of that. Calls out the mix up there from one of the most scary round starts in fighting games.
Here we go. Wow,
Oh, I like that there.
Yeah, able to burst out of that. No restand looping for you, Mr. Marvin, but that's all right. Time to pull him back in, go for the overhead. Some good block pressure here, and wow, does the rocket grab after the rocket fist. No call from Aaron, and it's going to lead to a tough situation here as we get the juicy jump combo. Bring you up, bring you down, bring you up, bring you back down. It's time.
Oh my god, ankles! Yeah. Ankles!
That was actually insane. These characters are so good together, and they just dump out damage with a strong opening, and with no break on for Aaron, it's going to be brutal to deal with these openings.
And the dash and dash back under to remain on the same side, bringing me back to those Ball is Life mixtapes back in middle school.
Shout out N1, let's go.
There we go, Aaron in the back trying to get back of his own. Goes for the Vibe Super, real angry, not only at his opponent, but the ground's got to get a bouncing as well.
Yeah, Vi players love matching that super, get all those hits out, punch the ground, and reach the ceiling. I don't know how that makes sense. That's a real juicy punch. And wow, great call on the retreating guard. Gonna get reset after the rocket grab. You guess wrong, you're gonna get smoked.
Listen, I know Aaron is not watching the stream. Nobody tell him that that's +4. You cannot mash on that if Blitz wants to go for the jab.
Yeah, you've got to respect it, especially if Steam's on deck. And, well, no respect for this robot now as Vi's beating them into smithereens. Clappy's on deck. Good respect of that little robot as we see Alawi coming in, going for the charge down with 2. Great reactions out of Aaron. You can't do charge moves in my face when I got meter. We're just going to smoke you, throw you in the corner. You know what's coming out. Clappy time. Oh no, Chomper mixing it up just a touch, and we're going to get a big pickup here.
Oh my gosh. Completely save mix, completely save combos. The master of the passive Vi gameplay, Aaron the Mac, is putting on a clinic.
Yeah, Jinx in the corner with a projectile setup is in her happy place, and it just leads to such a tough situation. You really got to get the perfect call out, and you see Mr. Marvin struggling to find a way to deal with this pressure. You already see the assist coming out as the beam starts, and now, yep, get any type of knockdown with Vi. She's slamming you right back up. This would be a juicy comeback. I think Hikari is probably the only person I've seen make a low-health solo Alawi comeback. Let's see if Marvin can pull off the Hikari impression.
Yeah, so far it's looking like not too much you can do. That mash is real good, though. Oh, man, trying to get it going with the jumping H charged up, but the only thing charged up is going to be those gloves from Vi. Aaron takes game number 1.
Seriously, Vi just asking, what if I just punched after I punched? That seems like a good plan, and does get the KO there. It just, Vi's thriving in this game. She just gets everything. It's really cool to see. And luckily, we're not seeing the lame ranked combo routing from Vi at all in this bracket. These guys know how to cook, as we see on display here right now.
Yep, the routing on both sides has been immaculate. Both utilizing the full extent of their teams and the full extent of double down as well. That's looking real scary there. Gets dragged right on in. Great anti-air from Aarondamac. Not afraid of that J2H from Blitzcrank at all.
Yeah, anti-air is so strong in this game, especially if they go for a charge heavy on you. Like, it's going to be free all day to call that out if there's no assist to cover it. And again, why are you doing stuff I can react to? I have a bar meter. I'm going to just delete you. And Aaron is just showing how strong this team really is.
Right. See what else we got going on here. So far, though, it's looking like Aaron is just trying to get the chip damage necessary to get these kills, and sure does.
Yeah, just flood the screen. That's so tough to deal with. You want to try to jump out, but with the Vi assist on deck, everybody's parrying, by the way. We're whiffing those. And it's tentacle time. Hitting from the opposite side. Always got to keep in mind where those tentacles are on screen, because they reach farther than you might think.
All right. So we're going for the overhead. Has to go ahead for the tech chase. Is successful. Maintaining the pressure. So far, it was looking like Mr. Marvin could have made a campaign to take a game, but Aaron has the download. Gigabit internet.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron might have pre-downloaded this one. I'm not sure. This has been a tough one for Mr. Marvin to deal with, as he does get the pickup, but command grabs are not landing. Aaron is just so aware of when to look out for these and calling him out almost every single time, I think. You know we're reaching for options when the wrecking ball's coming out. Oh, man. This is going to be a tough one.
Not too many options for Mr. Marvin. Down to the solo blitz with no Fury on deck either. All right, gets the throw. That could be the start of something. Gonna be real hard to try to get something going here. Goes for the command grab. Realizes that Aaron is now respecting that option.
Yeah, finally gets to land a bot buster and getting some good reward off it. Now, health, a little bit of a disparity here, and Fury available for Aaron. This will be a brutal comeback. Honestly, you could just pop the Fury here for an extension, and you do. This is a dead robot.
100%. And all of a sudden, the Labubu is out. We're shaking hands. Aarondamac cleans it up 2-0.
I did not expect to get jump scared on this broadcast, but here we are, the Labubu flash getting for sure. Oh man, Aaron showing the use of Fury on offense. Like I was saying, it's definitely an interesting decision when you have that resource on deck, and pays off there for sure. I mean, you get any decent opening with a character that has any amount of damage, which is, I'm trying to think. I think that's every character in this game. There's no one who's really, really weak. You're just going to get deleted as long as you get that confirmed. And we saw that in action there. I'm glad I got to see one bot buster, though. That's fine. We got to see the bot. I'm happy. Now we can move on. No more requests from me.
We're now going to be seeing Aarondamac facing off against K7 Showoff. Now, Avian, is that going to be our winner's final set? Absolutely not. That is only losers quarters. Just showing off how strong this competition is. That two of some of the rising stars of 2XKO, or not necessarily rising stars, I'd say they've been around for a little minute, but definitely two of the biggest names in 2XKO are going to be duking it out in just losers quarters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of this bracket, there's at least two people in the top 10 of the ranked leaderboards right now. So between all the private matches and tournaments, the fact that these gamers are able to hit the top of the leaderboard, you know they're real ones, you know they're hitting the grind, and you know they're consistent as hell. I'm pretty sure, I know Sonic isn't in this bracket. I'll just shout out Sonic if we're talking about consistency. I'm pretty sure they tweeted they played 100 straight ranked matches, so they could go 100-0. They did not drop a single game. That's crazy. Some of these guys are cracked.
That is definitely nuts. I mean, 100 straight games. Like, I don't even think I could do, like, I don't think I could win 100 straight games of pretty much anything, even things I've been playing for years. To be able to do that in a game that has practically just come out is nuts.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say if it's not Sonic by a mile, maybe Justin Wong is somewhere up there. If a new game is coming out, they're going to figure it out before anybody else. I know Diphone likes to win the opening tourneys, but that's just because Sonic spares us all and doesn't enter right away. So shout out to a legend. Hopefully we see that in a FlyQuest bracket at some point. But we do see here Yata versus Bleed, and it's going to be Yata's first game on stream here today. So we get to see some freestyle Yats Echo action. This should be a mix-up time.
Bleed, who has been doing incredibly good so far in this bracket, and Yata, who has been doing incredibly good throughout the lifespan of 2XKO. Ever since Alpha Lab 1, has been collecting those top 8 like they're nothing.
Yeah, seriously. And Yata, teams went 9-3 in the ladder, losing to Aarondamac and a couple other players. So definitely a great run there, and we see on a great run here. Unfortunately, getting beat up a little bit by this Alawi, and we know how this ends. It's time for the tentacles.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I mean, we already knew this was what was going on. Get caught trying to burst. Do not do that against an aware player like Bleed. Oh my gosh, this is so nuts. I think there's 5 tentacles there.
Wow, that's brutal. Dealing with 3 tentacles is plenty hard. Dealing with 5 and a life deficit like that, good luck on that one. Bleed's going to take the first round here in decisive back.
Yeah, I mean, Yata so far feels like has no answers, but we've seen that before from some other competitors who have gone back to run it back and win the set. So you can't count them out your shit.
No, not at all. Especially as Echo Yasuo, there's a lot of potential with this team. Both characters have so much mix potential, so much damage potential. It's definitely something beautiful to see as we see the classic setup. What's the option here? Forces the roll early, getting hit by the overhead. We got 4 tentacles now. Able to land a straight hit in one little gap available. Great stuff there out of Yata. Let's see if they can take advantage of this opening.
Yata also one of the Guilty Gear archetype that is going to make it hurt if he gets the chance to hit you. As you can see, they're going for the crazy OS on essentially his first real touch of the tournament. That's confidence you only get from playing another game at the top level.
Seriously, shout out to Burrito OS. It's so strong. I know it's carried people a ton in ranked right now, and you see it working to great effect here. As we have a big happy birthday here. This Yasuo is toast.
Yep, and then you get some extra dessert on the Echo as well. Goes for the overhead, and not only is that going to connect, but the combo behind it is as well. Bleed takes the first game in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, Bleed looking real good, and going up against K7 had a really respectable set on winner's side, carrying the positives out of that set here into loser side, and trying to get that run back down the road. Let's see what they got here. Immediate anti-air, great reactions out of Bleed.
All right, puts another tentacle up there. Ends up getting caught. Got to be so careful. Goes for the burst. Yata thinks that this is their time to shine. And so far, that's exactly the touch that the doctor ordered.
Yeah, great use out of the tag mechanics in this game. Again, if the one thing you can do when you tag out with a character is continue to hold a button and get different options depending on what your character can do with it. And we saw the charge heavy into the low medium from Echo. Great lockdown pressure, and it's paying off big time.
All right, install is up. You already know the OS is out here. And gets the follow-up as well. This is going to kill. Goes for the tornado and doesn't need anything else afterwards. Yata now up a character.
It's so funny. You know, with the devious gamers over at Riot that are designing these characters, there's a very good chance they're aware of these OSs, and while we're in closed beta, they're like, hey, let's see what people can find if they know the dirty stuff. And right now, it's getting abused for sure. And Yata cooking. You get that advantage with Echo, you master that OS, you're going to be getting a ton of mileage.
Back into the Alawi. utilizes the freestyle to try to keep things safe there. Bleed, making great use of it. And now, because of that gambit here, Nitin is going to be able to use this Alawi as soon as he can.
Yeah, seriously, goes for some good pressure here in the corner, and Yata able to find a way out. Great defense, and definitely something we've been seeing here today. A lot of strong defensive sequences here. And talk about that, we got another one here. Don't burst in my face, we got that covered.
Oh, tech buttons. I was going to say, are we going to see Bleed try to get greedy? And sure does. Wanted to follow up on the Time Winder, and Yata makes him pay.
Ooh, yeah, that was great awareness in that situation from Yata to get the anti-air and continue off it, leading into the OS. Now you're in a brutal spot here if you're Bleed.
Oh, high into the low. Has seen the double high option a couple times. Wants to make sure that as minimal burst gauge is built, and now just goes ahead and takes it. Knows that he can spend the break and does so to secure the game.
Yeah, 1 HP in a dream, and you got to dream harder than that, because that's going to be so tough, especially for an Alawi. She's so strong when she gets into those strong openings, but with not a lot of HP, you're going to basically have to do your best Daigo impression to power your way out of that.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of these gamers going for the neutral dash button, because it will side swap and it will autocorrect depending on which way your opponent wants to roll.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really strong, and you've got to take advantage of those tools when you got them. And seeing it on display here today is really awesome to see. Definitely stuff I'm going to take back into the lab later when I can get back on the ring.
Here we go. Complete so far trying to work back from this deficit. That Time Winder provides some help, and so does that tag. Once again, the freestyle strats coming out to play.
Yeah, we're getting layered by options, we're getting layered by tentacles, we're getting layered like it's a big old lasagna, and oh man, you're getting sandwiched on top of it? I've never heard of a lasagna sandwich, and I don't want to try one after watching this.
Can't even imagine what type of stuff you're putting on that one. Goes, well, we don't even need lasagnas, we're going, we've got burritos out the wazoo.
So great that we got a Burrito OS in a game that's actually going to have a partnership with Chipotle. You're at Evo, you saw they did have some emotes as pins, they confirmed that partnership, and call it a chill all you want. If you're a Chipotle enjoyer like me, you got to be stoked to see two goats coming together like that.
Oh man, gotta try to finish the job. Bleed right now. Massive disadvantage. Yata has the break available. Do not get this bursted. Tried to go for the burst there. And despite that not paying off, the throw sure does. One last character for both.
What a call out. And actually just close enough after that initial, I think it was an S2. The Mega Time Winder is going to hit before a burst can even come out. We see a great burst option there. Can't block that. No assist character on the table. So good stuff here out of Bleed. Now both breaks are going to be gone for this second round. It's just going to be raw, neutral, raw punishes. Let's see what they got. Let's get a stomp, but no confirm. Now we're just beating up on this Echo in the background.
And Yata's awareness on this Yasuo has been unreal. Gets setups that are covered there by the Time Winder. Was able to use the wind wall to bring back the game to his own pace. And now did not execute the OS properly. Perhaps didn't get the correct knockdown, but I thought that was just plus enough. Might have just been an execution error for Yata.
Yeah, I believe that is an execution error, and that's a nice thing. As strong as this OS is, it's not free at all. Go try and do it yourself. I guarantee it's going to take you longer than you think to get it, even just a few times. But your seat there, if you don't nail it, it can be a brutal situation. And now, Yata cooking with this Yasuo. We're just dumping the meter. No, we're not. No level 3 coming out after. Saving some for parry.
Oh, no.
What?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I think both players were shaking up about that one. Not quite sure what to do. As you can see, Bleed just go for the meter dump. He wants no part of whatever was going on in that round.
I'm drafting the tweet right now. Hashtag 2xKO bugs. Anti-air hits a mile behind their head. What send help, Tony Cannon, please.
my goodness. Love that attack from Yada, gets things under control.
Yeah, exactly. No full confirm off that, but great awareness to get at least a couple hits out of the air, and now you're getting carried fully back into the corner. You have your setups, I got mine. Let's see how you deal with it. It's just going to be holding down back, looking for that opportunity, and able to get it with the neutral jump. So rewarding today.
Oh no. Goes to the grab on the other side. Had the combo, but once again, input errors absolutely plaguing our competitors here in this top 8. Has been responsible for so many awful spots. And that's just one of the things about 2xKO though. You make some of those mistakes, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's a very, very punishing game at times, and you only get 1 or 2 bursts per game, so it's not like you get to play just free willy-nilly and just full-on YOLO it and it's all going to work out. You've got to be confident in your options, and if you're not, you're going to be dealing with a situation like this, where you get parried, and now you're dropping your Echo. 1 character versus 1 character for this final round.
Yep, not only one character, but 1 character versus a Yasuo with Fury. 1 whiff punish, we could be looking at a completely separate game, and there it is.
No.
The Fury is out. It could be 1 touch for either character. The life bars went from even to being drastically in Yada's favor, and that's the power that Fury brings.
Man, I already know. Shout out Sajam. That clip's getting submitted. I don't know if it's making the cut, but I wasn't sure if that was killing. That Fury level 3 is super scary, but Yata able to take it. What a sick match. We see the power of Yasuo there, and man, great match out of both players. Tons of cool setups in the corner and great defensive callouts. I mean, just a banger to watch, top to bottom.
It's like, I mean, that was looking real scary there for Bleed, and ended up all the nightmares ended up coming true, right? It's like you have this 2 characters to 1 character situation. You're like, all right, all I got to do is not give Yada a good spot to hit that Fury. And what do you do pretty much the next interaction? Here comes the Fury. Here comes not only 1 character dead, but here comes 80% on the next one.
Yeah, just staring down that Fury makes it such a stressful situation because you know you have to deal with it properly. If you let them pop it offensively, you're kind of just toast. So adds a lot of pressure to those situations, especially when it's a final round, a final game just like that. And now we're going to be getting a sick matchup here. We got K7 versus Aaron. It's time for sick match. What does K7 have to show against this Jinx Beam Super Mix?
From 108 competitors all the way down to the final 6. These are going to be some of the best players that this beta has had to offer. And with that, some of the best games that we've seen so far in the closed beta.
Yeah, seriously, it has not disappointed at all, and we're not even into the top 3 yet. It's got to be really sick to watch as you see Aaron immediately getting right into that comfortable situation. A big chunk of damage off the Yasuo. Love to see that if you're on Aaron's side. And now Fi's going to be doing her thing. Punching you off the wall, throwing in Jinx. Monkey's coming out. No, it's Chomper. Who cares? You're still dealing with it in the corner. You got to guess. And able to guess right, but that Rocket's going to follow up, break up that whole situation. No break needed.
Oh, I love that. The retreating guard to get out of the way of that hemorrhage starter. However, not going to provide too much comfort just yet. You were in the combo, now has to use the break. You can tell Aarondamac is trying to get this done ASAP. Doesn't even want to give this Yasuo a chance to get a comeback going.
Yeah, that Bionic Arm Super into the beam. The Arcane Sisters are just a sick duo together. Just get that dump out damage. All this break confirms, and even if you whiff the 2H, you're ready to punish on the other side. Good stuff by Aaron to take this first round.
Oh, got the air-to-air. No conversion, though. This one we already know is going to be big damage on K7's side.
Yeah, I'd never like to get hit by a Darius on a clean hit. You always are terrified because with all that damage plus the bleed that you're usually getting applied, it's a tough spot. Now, getting Happy Birthday, no break popped, and actually ends up paying off because Aaron ends up dropping the combo.
Man, these retreating guards have been so good for Aaron. Has seemed to avoid hemorrhage as much as possible until basically this very moment. and then even when it's on the table, is able to get whichever character is suffering that bleed right out of the way. A parry to go along with it. This Darius defense needs to get put in the PhD dissertation.
Seriously, time to study up, and man, even through the wind wall, Team Super doesn't care. Just going fully through that. Gets the Enrita in the air. Not able to kill off that, and now we're just getting a raw tag into the minigun. This is going to be a tough one for K7. No break, just a bit of meter. Gonna need a real big opening, maybe a happy birthday. Let's see. Is this a parry? No, we're blocking it.
No, which means it's over. That beam doing so much chip and double down guarantees you the kill. K7 has one more character to try to bring back this first game.
Yeah, seriously. Shout out. Poor Darius' soldiers in the background have to watch their commander go down to some cheese. But can Yasuo redeem him on the battlefield? This is going to be a good chunk of damage. Aaron saving the break until the end of the combo. Does pay off as the sway command grab coming through. 2 rounds to none for Aaron as he takes the first game of this set. 1 game away from finding a way to losers semis? I believe it's semis. Yes.
Yep, that would be the loser semis. Right now, we are chilling losers quarters. Well, I'd say we're chilling. These competitors that we have down here in our final four, the loser side, are definitely not chilling. Going to be sweaty games in and out, round in and round out, I should say as well.
Yeah, no one's chilling when they see that Jinx beam come out, and clearly, nice pickup. You gotta love the minigun. You hold it up, you get a little extra height. So the unique combo routes, and Darius assist doing Darius' things. Comes flying. You gotta be ready for it, or you're gonna get this full combo. And already a break out for Aarondamac. Great parry on the rocket. Not able to get a full pickup off of it, but you're gonna get mixed by the freestyle. Great sandwich pressure. It was going to be a good chunk of damage into the hemorrhage. Calls out the get-up attack. No. Man, that was a hard read and a half. Great stuff from K7. This should be a dead boxer.
Oh, with the hemorrhage, I was going to say might be more than enough. But Aarondamac, what do you think? Then might be trying to get this break out of here and succeeds.
Wow, great stuff. Able to live, gets the parry opening. I mean, not able to get too much off of that, but even just a bit more damage rather than just losing that character is something you'd love to see. Now, what you don't love to see is the setup in the corner. What do? Just hold it. Neutral jump, paying off again. One of the strongest options of the night by far. And now, 1 character apiece. 3 meters for Jinx, 2 for Darius. I mean, any touch here could be a ton of damage. There's a pretty strong opening. Hemorrhage on deck. It's not where you want to be if you're Aaron.
I really can appreciate the fact that despite all the crazy makes in this game, especially with the teams that are listed so far, sometimes you just gotta always go back to old reliable strike throw.
Yeah, seriously. Sometimes we get shade of Street Fighter 6 in here, and sometimes we get shade of the Dark Knight with the big old button into the bomb. That's a ton of damage every time. It's always more than I think. I know it's a ton of damage, but it still surprises me a bit every time.
And so far, putting on a show, gets the super tag. I mean, we have probably seen this from 99% of round starts for Aarondamac, really showing off his strength.
Yeah, and great awareness by K7, knowing it's coming, just as the jump back, so at least you're minimizing that mix, so only being a left-right rather than high-low. And it provides him a bit of breathing room until this happens. You know the setup. We're in the corner. Goes for throw just a hair early and not able to get that pickup, but you're still getting pressured if you're K7. Great patience. It doesn't pay off. You get to burn the break here from Aaron.
All right. There we go, K7. Walking him down. Now has the corner position. It's looking real good so far.
Yeah, great call out on the Yasuo stance jump to go for a get-up attack. Gonna cover all those options. And I don't even know where that Vi came from. She just came flying in with the bionic arm, gets a ton of damage. Darius says, you know what? I got damage on deck too. Time to chop off your head. Just a sliver of health left, and you're getting chipped out for our first 2x KO of the night. They did it, guys. They said the game name.
Yeah, 2x KO finally on the stream. We can start rolling the credits. The stream is over.
Seriously. Where's the Leonardo DiCaprio meme when we need it? Pointing at the screen. We'd love to see it. And now, Aaron loves to see this setup because not only do you get him in the corner, you get to burn the burst. And what could have been a big combo does end up going into a reset, but you take that either way. Break off the table. You got meter on deck. You get to run your mix. And again, K7 does jump into that, so only left-right mix and able to buy a little bit of room here.
And the Mac has a massive life lead. So far, K7 is trying to get just about anything going.
Oh, that's so tough.
Man, not going to be successful, though.
Yeah, locked down by that minigun. Gets the full buy charge punch. That's going to be toast. I don't know who's taking more damage tonight, the floor or Vi's opponents. We're going to have to get a stat check on that by the end of the night. As K7 does get a decent opening here. Super assist on deck to get the hemorrhage. And now we're just chipping out this Vi. Tons of block pressure. Able to get the Jinx in here, so going to be a new start here for Aaron, and this is going to be a ton of damages. Could be it for K7.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when you consider how much damage this is going to do. Has the rocket, you can't even burst this, is what I would say if the super connected. K7 is going to get one more shot.
Only Jinx players know when those are going to connect or not. I swear. It always looks like it has potential to be a sweet spot. I don't understand it yet. I need to take that one to the lab also. But that's why I'm watching, and that's why they're playing. K7 saying, I'm not done yet. I don't care if you're on set point. I'm making this interesting. And there it is. Side switch. Fury is going to be on deck before a kill here, but K7 does have a level 3 also, so there could be a hard call out around the corner. Let's see what happens.
Here comes Fury. Did he catch Aaron trying to press? Sure didn't. And the throw is going to be all she wrote. Aarondamac moves on to the losers finals.
Yeah, and we thought the Alawi setup was going to be the main time you got to go gambling, but K7 laying it all on the table there, betting entirely on red, and comes up black. No luck, whiffs the super, and that's going to be a juicy win for Aarondamac, finding their way into top 4, and going to be waiting on the winner of SQ and Yata, who we have next. So going to be time for some more burrito mix and some more beam mix. Should be a fun match.
Yep. The battle of the lab monsters coming out here right now. Both of these players, I feel like literally the only place that they've been struggling has been in the neutral game, getting that initial touch. But the moment that touch happens for either of these players, it has just been lights out on the offensive side of things. And one of the easiest things for critics to say is like, oh, like it's 2x KO, offense is meant to be really strong, but we're still seeing some setups that we don't get to see from every run-of-the-mill, Echo in Yata's case, or every run-of-the-mill Jinx in the case of SQ.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of cool stuff today, a lot of unique situations, a lot of good scramble conversions, and that's like the name of the game. As much as there's going to be a lot of strong setups with the burrito OS or the beam super, you got to be ready at all times to adapt, because there's going to be a lot of situations you have not run into, especially this early on in the game, and we're seeing that on display tonight. These players are definitely locked and loaded, and the game sense is maxed out.
Everyone's gotten time to warm up. Everyone is locked and loaded. No more excuses. The netcode is too good to be complaining. We're going to be seeing it. Some of the best 2x KO that these players have to offer, which is already top class.
That is one of the hardest things to parry in this game. I swear to God, that time miner moves so slow. The fact that there's just a dash into that parry like it was nothing, there's mad respect for that. And now, happy birthday time. Yasuo doing Yasuo things. Look at all this damage. Basically, oh, right. We're supering into ourselves, because Yasuo can do that too.
That's not only supering into ourselves, but also setting ourselves up to try to, I was going to say take both characters, but Echo deciding to go down before any real damage can get done.
Yeah, seriously. This is a tough start for SQ, but again, when you have your break meter already gone and a huge life deficit, you just want to stall it this round as much as you can. Get that meter back and try to even it up for next round.
Straight puts Yata on top. Not only with the rounds, but the break meter as well. So far, has been making really good use of the freestyle, trying to get himself not only out of dodge, but into incredible offensive sequences.
Just like that, that's what we're going to see. A huge setup here. Goes for a different variation of corner mix and doesn't end up getting the throw. And now tables have turned. Ari has you in the corner, not where you want to be. Might be time to deal with a lot of overheads here.
Here we go. Being here from Yada's side. Doesn't elect to go for the kill, wanted to go for the mix-up, and it ends up paying off. Yada now only has half a health bar to work through to secure game 1.
Yeah, definitely a great start, and immediately gets this pickup onto the Ari. This is going to be a GG. Game 1 going Yata's way. Now again, we saw SQ run into this before and able to turn it around in previous sets, so I'm not going to count them out too early. And obviously, with such a track record like this, like, there's the mental damage. You're going to have to do a lot more than that to shake them and their confidence here.
100%. I do have to say, though, you got to remember, this is the last set of the first to 2 format. After this, from here on out, we got first to 3s and first to 3s only.
Yeah, this should be a good one. Actually, I think we do have one more first to 2 after this. I think loser semis is going to be the final first to 2. But either way, with this game 2 here, Yata could be cooking and trying to get this matchup against Aaron. Let's see what we got. Going over to the other side, high-low. Now you're just getting sandwiched. That's a tough spot to be in. Ari's already going to be off the table.
That is going to go ahead and be the kill there. Yada continuing this momentum. I do have to say, then, I literally thought that this was our loser semis because the games were that good.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I had to double check myself. I was like, I think you're actually right, but no. Turns out this will be a shorter one, unfortunately. As much as we wish all these sets could be a bit longer, all good. We're going to be still seeing some sick gameplay. And Yata, I mean, might actually just be trying to speedrun this. Maybe they want the first 3 ASAP. Ooh, nice little pickup there with crouch and medium.
Yep, SQ wanted to be patient. Patience ends up paying off. Now trying to do whatever she can to try to get this Echo out of here. Dodges the assist right now. Seeing every line of code until we get a seg fault. Echo finally going down.
Yeah, if you know, you know on that one. But Yata cooking with a little bit of change up in the air trajectory to dodge the assist, but only going to buy a little bit of time for the Echo. It is time for Yas versus Echo. Fury popped. Dash cancel on the hit, not able to confirm. Doesn't matter. We'll just keep dash canceling and stabbing. That's going to be enough chip to secure this round as well. Set point for Yata. Blink but not.
Man, I have to say, it is Yata's movement, even though not rewarded immediately, getting rewarded there later on. That extra last bit of damage that he was able to put on with the Echo in his last few instances of life ended up getting him the W there. Right now, not a great spot though. SQ has had this locked down.
Yeah, and I like SQ opting to go for the limit strike during that first interaction to build up some break meter just in case, along with the super meter. No need to go for a super finisher when you can build up those resources early on in the round, especially during a round deficit. You want that break sooner than later, and it's been paying off here. Another big opening, and I mean, Yata may get one chance out of Fury before the end of this round, but it's going to be a tough one to huge comeback, especially when you're getting sandwiched like this. Okay, sure, that hits on the other side. Why not?
So far, though, Yata has been getting humbled in this last round here. Seemed to have everything under control for the last 3 bits, and now all of a sudden, SQ is in the driver's seat. Not quite as much so after that super.
Yeah, shout out to the Attempt 37. Also a reworked ultimate since we last saw the game in Alpha Lab, and it looks great now, and also going to work great for Yata here. Let's see, Yata can take this insane comeback. Fury is on deck. One opening could be game. Let's see, does get the opening, no confirm off it.
Let's see, goes for the throw. Reminder that SQ is up almost 2 entire characters. And regardless, here comes the last stand coming through into carrying the game for Yata. What a way to close that one out for what seemed like the brink of their life. Are you serious?
Yeah, Yato's schmoving with that Echo, and I know we mentioned it before, but Leffen calling out the ground movement coming in this game, it's so BS. Echo can schmove so much. I mean, we even saw Blitzcrank moving earlier on in set in loser side, so these characters can schmove, and if you master that schmovement, you're going to be getting a big reward for it. Yata taking it, going on to loser semis, and we will have our final set of the 1st to 2 format before we head back over to winner side. I'm actually not sure if I think we would probably do loser semis first. I'll wait on production to confirm that, but the next match was either going to be Yata and Aarondamac on loser semis, or it's going to be Maze Traps and Hikari in the winner final. Either way, it's a win-win for us. Like, I'm so stoked to get into these sets.
108 people came in. 4 are currently left, and only 1 can come out the champion of the inaugural FlyQuest Fight Series for 2XKO. $800 prize pool on the line, full coast every single week. You already know that not only is FlyQuest going hard, but all of our competitors are as well.
Yeah, it's such a sick format. You guys, if you didn't enter this week, definitely consider it next week. If you're either new to tournaments or you're seasoned by it, I mean, what better way to get matches in and get used to those turning nerves and stay composed in a sick new game? Just get to grind out matches, and you could end up like these gamers in top 16 playing for $800 in a sick new tag fighter. I mean, it's just a win-win for everybody. And he's parrying while looking the other way. What a sick start from Hikari here.
Really putting on that demeanor of the samurai with that parry.
Seriously, a no-look parry is definitely swaggy, and here we go with another parry. Just like we were mentioning before, the parry skill gap can go huge. You got to make sure your block strings are tight, otherwise this could be you. Your light flashing before your eyes, stuck in a tornado, getting sliced alongside the moon in half. Not the way you want to start off winners finals here for Maze Traps. Hikari cooking.
One of the ways we do want to start off that winners finals, though, is with the raid from SQ. Shout out to you for the bracket run, and thank you for coming through, hanging out in the FlyQuest Fight Series.
Seriously, shout out SQ. Great matches today. Another great match here as well. Maze Traps, after a dominant game in winner semis, kind of getting cooked a little bit in round 1. Not gonna lie. Let's see, can we regather, recompose, and put Hikari back on the back foot? It's mix time. Baited an early parry out of Hikari here. Now you're getting happy birthday. Do we break this? No break.
I think you just gotta hold that. That is a devious situation, though. Now, not only do you have the laser on you, but you also got the time miner just looming and waiting for you to make a mistake and press a button.
Yeah, seriously. Hikari here, great awareness, great confidence to not pop the break right away, saving it for when it's needed, just like now. And now the classic, we're stancing, we're hopping, we're mixing. Good luck dealing with this pressure. You got no break. You just got to watch your health disappear here. And Alawi's getting into her full setup. Where's the tag launcher? There it is. Let's go gambling.
Right.
What's the answer?
Right on schedule. Here comes the tag launcher, really waiting for that DP, really waiting for that mashing scenario. Not gonna quite get it though. Could see some devious stuff with the tag, it sure does. I'll see you on the other side.
Hikari, that's not nice. This is supposed to be a multiplayer game. We're not supposed to do the single player stuff, but just like that, Echo's toast. Let's see, can Jinx do some magic here? There's a beam, there's a little bit of chip damage, but not gonna be a ton. Just going to try to set up their own wall of projectiles here versus the wind wall. Who is going to keep the other out longer? Nice little mix there with the chomper juggle as well. What is happening with that chomper? You see the slow-mo? What the...
What was that?
I think that's intentional. And that looked intentional to me, which is crazy. That is a... I don't want to do with that chomper. I'm just running the other way if I see that flying at me in slow-mo.
Oh, man. The Fury's still on for Maze. and now gets the happy birthday. Gonna get the extension. Will he be able to find the kill before the Fury runs out? It's looking like it's gonna be the name of the game. Not gonna quite be it. Needs one more. Goes for the laser, and you're not gonna be able to burst out of this one. Gets the clean kill with pretty much no counterplay.
Yeah, that was crazy. Nearly got the 2 XPO, but ends up with Yasuo, the dead assist character, being the only one standing at the end of the round while Maze Traps takes it. Definitely a goofy little interaction there at the end. Great stuff from Maze to make this game competitive. And oh, there's the cross-up button. Great awareness from Hikari. That was a brutal spot for Maze Traps to be in.
All right, gotta see what the mix-up is here. Ends up going high. Catches the rollout with the help of the tentacles, and this is not the spot you want to be in. Hikari takes the first character that Echo was in the ground, and now all that's left is Jinx.
And neutral jump paying off there as well. No full pickup off of it. Here comes a real pickup because Yasuo picks off every throw he gets. Juicy stuff from Hikari. No full conversion, but does get the button in neutral. This should be a dead Jinx as long as we have no spaghetti. There it is. Chopping up Jinx, chopping up the moon. Game 1 in the books. This is going to be a fun set.
Yeah, I mean, we are going back and forth and back and forth. One of the things that we thought initially was we were like, all right, Hikari kind of running away with game number 1 here. Got the really crazy reads out in the first round. Had a pretty solid control of the first round that came afterwards as well. Maze Traps, able to take it, and now off to a hot start here as well, continuing this happy birthday with the Jinx.
Great call up on the get up attack as well. Gonna force the burst out of Hikari early. And that's another happy birthday, 2 in a row. Oh my goodness, this is a speedrun round. Oh my goodness.
A speed run is almost too slow to describe. This is like a task run out here from Maze Trap. So far making, I was gonna say no mistakes, but his first mistake of the game there. Going for the throw on a strike throw setup that didn't look too promising on Hikari's side.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I've seen 2 touches in this game to kill a single character. That was nearly a 2-touch to kill Hikari's whole team. But Nagaka Kiboros is going to come out, chomp up this Jinx, and it is time for a single character. We're playing a 1v1 fighter to decide who wins this first round.
Here we go. It is a 1v1, but the resources very much favor Maze Trap right now. Even though it could realistically be one good hit. Tried to go for the counter, not going to be able to find it. It now is down 3 meters. Man, what a blunder out there from Maze.
Yeah, crazy blunder, but luckily not getting a full conversion off that by Hikari. So able to breathe a sigh of relief after whiffing that super. And gonna end up taking the round anyways. Great reversal of fortune there, because that was looking spooky for a second.
Oh. Now we got Hikari. Even though he's down around, he's up a pretty good amount of break. Really curious to see how he spends it. This first combo may be it, and it sure is.
And Made's just getting so much mileage off his neutral jumps openings all night. Again, Hikari going for the sick Yasuo routes into the tentacles, gives you so much flexibility. And now this, likely a dead Echo, all these tentacles on deck. No, actually the rare drop from Hikari. Let's see if Maze Traps can take advantage. Not like that. When you get the predictable parry, take a break is free parry material if you don't properly follow it up behind it. And now, here we go. Beam super forcing Hikari back to the corner. And we get to the burrito West. No need. We're tag launching. We're cooking.
I mean, do you see the awareness there from Maze Trap to go ahead and continue that combo?
Yeah.
Tried to go for something devious, but a great jump up from Hikari. That movement molded by the Dragon Ball mines.
Yeah, seriously. I had no... That was like a 10-way mix-up. We're making up directions to get hit by it. I had no way to know where they were coming out there. But luckily for Hikari, able to stay composed. Another cross-up button follow-up here from Alawi that reaches so far behind her. Now, charge heavy, mixing that into the combo, setting up the tentacles. What do you do? You kind of just pray. That prayer is going to be answered here. But, well, I mean, to pray to the defensive gods, I guess. Hikari blocking everything. This is insane.
I was gonna say, so far both players have been doing incredibly well in their offensive scenarios. Hikari just able to get one more though. I will say that one of the interesting things about that type of what an autocorrect. Like, are you kidding me? I was gonna go on this whole rant about the strategy and about the possibilities of winning. And Yasuo says, I'm gonna see you on the other side. Does so again with the last stand, and Hikari once again gonna try to go up 2-0.
That's devious that you can stance and then still get the follow-up to autocorrect. Great awareness from Hikari. Oh man, this character is something else sometimes. So look at the patience here. Just setting up the wind wall full screen. No need to dash in, do anything crazy. Let this team throw their projectiles and wait for that opening.
Oh.
Yeah, getting bonked on the head here.
I love that navigation there from Maze Trap. Able to navigate even when the camera hasn't quite caught up yet. Says doesn't need it. I know exactly where I am on the screen.
Yeah, just like that game sense we were talking about earlier. It's so important to be ready for all these different situations. And we're all ready for this upcoming situation. What is the call out? It is a burst. We don't want to see it. Let's get back to neutral. And a call out on the neutral jump. Finally catching on to Maze's habits here. This is going to be a ton of damage into the corner. You know what's coming. What's the guess? It's using your own weapon against you. Neutral jump paying off for Hikari. Now, the final round here is looking real good to go up 2-0 on Hikari's side. Let's see if Maze can clutch this out.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, if I'm Maze Trap, I'm taking my own character's advice, Echoes, and taking a break. I am just going to use this last round to try to go over a strategy, try to see exactly what I can do to follow up in the next game, because this one might just about be over, but you still have 3 games to try to mount a comeback against a player who you have a substantial amount of data against.
Yeah, Maze may need to hit up KitKat, see if he can get that sponsorship after this one, because they're going to be need to take in a long break and recapping, reviewing this VOD, or maybe it's time to lock in and get this crazy reversal of fortune. I don't think anyone's pulled off a reverse sweep against Hikari yet. That would definitely be something to hang on the fridge later.
All right. Gonna get a little bit of install action coming out here. The action put to an immediate pause. Had to hit on installer immediately.
Seriously, and another great break call out when you're in there like that. No risk of it really being blocked. Can't have an assist character up there with you, so good choice. And going to be a big payoff here, actually, for Hikari afterwards as we get the classic setup. No, we're going into Yasuo Super. No double down needed. This character just got it like that.
Uh-oh. Man, I love this here, this Echo. We've seen it put in the work before. Has the Jinx last stand behind as well.
Here we go. Time for Burrito. No, little different variation, but Tom Winder still can connect on characters, actually. That's a rare double Tom Winder confirmed, but it's also going to be a rare site using a different super than the install. It's going to result in this time child KO for Hikari. Set point. Has this been... No, not 6 straight rounds, but definitely a strong showing here from Hikari in Winners Finals.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's quite been 3 straight. Maze Traps ended up getting 1 round there in the first game, but ever since then, it's been all Hikari all the time.
I went to get a sip of water and Jinx is dead. Okay, this is not a great spot for Maze. Does get the cross up pickup. Let's see, this is going to be where you need to master the OS if you're going to make this comeback. Is it time? No, just goes for the classic, lock the time winder. Now, wow, the chrono break only hits the Alawi. Wow, that had to be very precise spacing to not at least force the Yasuo to block.
Here we go. Goes for the overhead. Hikari only needs one more solid touch. Gets it, but doesn't have the conversion. Gets on the other side, and that tornado is going to be all she wrote. A 3-0 clean sweep. It's going to take Hikari all the way to the promised land, to grand finals.
Just like he gets on the other side of his opponent there, going to be sending them to the other side of the bracket as he enjoys another tournament, grand finals. It's just, I mean, you got to assume it at this point that it's going to happen. Until we see him dropped, it's like, this is becoming a mini dynasty early on. Insane stuff from Hikari. The consistency, you really have to applaud it. This is an insane output from him, and you really just got to give him his praise. I mean, it's insane stuff.
Yeah, it is incredibly hard to take a game like this, especially in these early stages, and be able to convert that into a good amount of tournament wins, a good amount of tournament top 8s. I think hasn't missed a top 8 yet so far, despite kind of being, I feel like, one of the dark horses coming into the game, coming from Alpha Lab 1, now has established himself as a dominating and staying force.
Yeah, seriously, the consistency is insane. You always got to respect that, especially in fighting games of all genres. It's so hard. There's such a nature of RPS to the genre, and when you master it, it shows, and it's just super impressive. But as we have him secured in grands, we're going to take the last break of the night. We'll be back in just a few here to hop into loser side and wrap this tournament up. Don't go anywhere. We got some banger matches ahead. Be right back.
The North American League of Legends scene is having a disastrous offseason.
It really sucks to be a part of a region that everyone just shit talks. Still fighting! Still fighting!
Things are looking pretty dark for the future of NA League of Legends.
Massive AP threats! Lucio's just going in to waste their time!
I just don't think that there's a lot of new players trying to get better at the game.
Decent position, double circles, double galleon, and the jungle Trendemir game! Inspire claims a pentakill! It's good! They have more than earned respect to the international stage.
Thank you, FlyQuest, for making us believe.
League is dead, right? Long live the league.
I'm the best of all time, baby. Let's hear it.
You're so good. How are you so good?
I love you, Jake.
GG's.
Hi Hi guys, it's Basil, and welcome to my setup. This is where I draw, game, and submit job applications. This is the NZXT Player 2 AMD edition, powered by AMD's Ryzen. Is it Ryzen or Risen? Risen? Powered by AMD's Ryzen 5 9600X and Ryzen 7 9700X. Two of the best choices for gamers thinking about leveling up their gameplay. Look at this gameplay. It's insanely smooth, no stutters, only frames. This PC isn't just for games, it powers up every single detail of my artwork too. I can bounce between projects, games, and streams. If you're building your dream setup, start with NZXT and AMD. Grab yours today with the link in my bio.
We are back. We are live with even more of that 2xKO action. We have the concluding statements from all of our competitors here today. We started off with 108 teams in the ladder format, playing their hearts out for 2 straight hours of crazy 2xKO. End up getting down to the top 16, and now with my boy Nitin, we are going to be calling out the last bits of action for this top 16. Nitin, how have we been feeling about this gameplay, and what are some of the final thoughts you have before we go into this top 3?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a blast so far. We've been seeing stuff we haven't seen at all so far in 2xKO. Double perfects in the winner's bracket of a tournament like this is insane, unheard of. We've gotten the 2xKO, the name has happened, and of course we have Hikari and Grand. So we have the classic storyline of, can we take down the Titan that's been dominating things, or is it just going to be a donation for Hikari's pocket? I don't know. It's going to be a fun one to find out.
Yeah, it's like at this point, Hikari sitting on the throne, crown made of jewels and the current lion's share of this $800 prize pot. Right now, trying to see who his worthy challenger is going to be. Is going to be our bottom 3 competitors. On the loser side, got Yada and Aarondamac, trying to see who is going to have the honor to face off against Maze Trap.
Yeah, let's see who gets the opportunity. This is, again, going to be our final set of the day. That is a 1st to 2. The last 2 sets after this will be 1st to 3. So 2 quick games could secure you a spot in top 3. Let's see what we get. As immediately we're getting some good sway mix here out of Aaron, but it's not going to pay off until you get the forward throw. This is a free pickup for Vi. She loves this. Punch the ground once, super the ground. Now, firecracker time. Does this one land? They've been missing a lot tonight. It does. Okay.
Oh man. So that one landed, but not going to quite be able to land the killing blow on that Yada Yasuo. One of the best characters I feel like we have seen so far in this tournament. The movement's been crisp. Definitely one of those characters you want to get out ASAP, but not going to be in the cards yet for Aarondamac.
Yeah, we saw the one of the interesting uses of the double down. It's not just a DHC fuse where you can super to super. If your assist champ is also out, you can immediately tag to them while another character is supering. We got to see that pressure there, and it's been just a big old snowball since then. Yata's likely losing Echo unless we burn the break. Not looking like that's going to be on the cards. It's just going to be a little bit of health for this Yasuo with 3 meters on deck. So with the right opening, this could be a dead character, and looks like we might see that here. Yeah, just going to dump the meter now and just play with the Fury into the Jinx. This would be quite the comeback. And it's definitely a statement in the first round of loser semis.
I mean, you got the Fury. One good touch could be all she wrote. I definitely wouldn't count him out just yet. Unless you get hit by that overhead, likes to burn the Fury. This is not going to be able to chip out. And it's going to be a punish for Yada. Aaron, I guess, not really accounting for the Fury. And all of a sudden, it's looking real good for Yada.
That was crazy. I mean, in that situation, you might as well go for the Fury because you're going to get from that overhead, or if you live, you can obviously up the Fury, avoid any chip from that point on, and it pays off big time. Great stuff by Yata to make the maximum use of their resources. And now, let's see what they can do going into this round. No break to the full meter of Aaron, and actually manages to get past the Beam Super. That's one of the first times we've seen that tonight.
Man, we do have to say the way that Yada has been playing around his Beam Super has been prime, is what I would say, but honestly, these Beam Supers from Aaron have been really unoptimal.
Yeah, Aaron immediately coming and saying, you got one comeback, let's see if you can do it twice in a row. And cross up from Echo, going to land. Yeah, all right, I mean, you want me, I'm coming. Let's see, burrito time. And not able to secure it. Gotta hit the lab with that a bit more to get it super consistent. Now it's buy time. Getting you in the corner. Do we pop Fury again? Crazy, we already have it back here.
I was gonna say that one of the advantages of utilizing that Fury early on in the set is you essentially get one more to play with. However, you gotta be a lot more careful with this one. Aaron thought that we were gonna be seeing some sort of Fury come out, and only needs the answer to pick it up after Yada elects to keep it and carry it on into the final round of this game.
Yeah, the final round is going to be completely even resources as both players have a full break meter. There's no way, right? A great awareness by Aaron. I didn't know how that was going to play out, but by tapping the Vi, able to stay alive and dealing with this Yasuo mix, great defense, able to turn the tides a bit here. And good stuff, actually, out of Yata, generating a bit more super meter using multiple retreating guards during that minigun from Jinx.
Breakout from Yata's side wants to try to push the advantage as much as possible. We see Vi assist not being of too much help, except for onto Yata's camp, providing a little bit of an extra life lead.
Exactly right, and it is going to pay off here. Jinx bringing them into the corner. This Firecracker Super should land, and just in case Vi's coming in to seal the deal. Yasuo is gone again. Every round so far, first character kill has been coming from Aaron, and immediately back into the blender is Yata. Let's see what the solo Echo can do. Wow!
I think we've seen so much out of the solo Echo. Already responsible for one comeback. Responsible for getting real close a second time. Might be able to build up some Fury meter to go along with it. Not if you're eating that touch. Aaron dropping the combo made things a little bit better, but it gets right back on his feet to close that one out. The first game of our loser semis is going to go to Aarondamac.
Oh, blink and you miss it. We're already going right into the beam mix. One game in, one game away for Aaron into losers finals. And immediately getting into that comfortable setup here for Jinx, but patience will pay off from Yata, is able to get an anti-air, now turn things around in the corner with all these charge heavies. Low does confirm, why not reset, do it once more, forcing the breakout. This is going to be no break on either character for the rest of this round.
Oh yeah, it's like you just got to hold whatever you've got coming to you. Yada gonna try to push that advantage as much as possible, goes for the hard tag, and Aarondamac willing to test his luck a little bit and pays off.
Just doing the full combo to Jinx while Aaron decides to just back off to say, go for it. I'm getting most of that great health back anyways. I'll just wait till you're done. And now, maybe regretting that decision because Jinx is only going to be at about 25% health here. This is an uphill battle for a solo Jinx and a Dream. Unless you rocket jump over and force an opening. This could be juicy. Jinx loves the corner.
Listen, they say that all you need to climb a mountain is a single step, and so far, the first step of this uphill journey has been taken. It's looking like a real good spot for Aaron. Doesn't end up getting the combo there. Good block on the overhead and the parry. What a defensive sequence from Aaron as this comeback continues.
Clearly, this is not Aaron's first rodeo into the Yasuo mix, finding the perfect parry against the slash through. And Aaron is gonna be chalked here in the first round of game 2. Yata looking strong here. Let's see what they got. Jump in is gonna be juicy off the bat. Break's gonna be burnt. Into the parry again. It's just on the assist champ, but that doesn't matter. You're gonna get the side switch onto the Echo. Now you're dealing with a ton of damage with no way to get out of this.
Definitely not the spot you want to be in. Showcasing it there. Aarondamac continuing his offensive sequence. Tag launcher is in, Vi is in, and Echo should be on his way out with the double down. Elects to use it and drop him right on into the laser. Aarondamac so far has been flawless in this second round.
Yeah, great stuff out of Aaron. Walking in here. Is the parry on deck? No, we're just jumping, avoiding the high-low. Now, I guess this is probably a pretty comfortable start here. And is able to get the command grab. No full confirm off of it, so there is a chance here. Yasuo does get a happy birthday. Reset onto the point champ. Resetting again. This is a ton of damage out here.
Love that stomp in the yard there with the Yasuo. Gotta take some extra risks if you want to try to make this comeback. Fury finally coming back. You can kill with the level 1 and the level 3, but now it's a matter of what you do afterwards to try to secure this game.
And no super meter on the Yasuo. Echo does have some for a couple mega time winders. You see one there, not able to get a full confirm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, almost a huge pickup there, but both characters able to use their Fury here if needed. Let's see. Doesn't get the forward throw pickup. Went for an air throw. What a hard read, but it doesn't pay off. Aaron able to punish. Now we're going into final round again. Full resources for both players.
Yata looking just a little bit too scared on the way out of that. Was not willing to tank the burst. Just wanted to get little taps in order to ensure that the combo is burst safe. And now has to end up being at completely even burst with Aaron despite his efforts.
Yeah, great awareness by Aaron to 1, get the parry, and 2, recognize there's no punish off that when you're only assist or parrying the assist champion. So backs off, resets to neutral, and pays off big time. Now got into the comfortable string here. Good block on the overhead, but you're not going to be able to block the bionic arm. That is a dead Echo, and just going to be up to the Yasuo. 1 bar and 2 sisters to deal with. This is going to be a tough one.
Yep. So far it's been Yata coming down to the wire with 1 more character, putting together a valiant effort that we don't see on the first character and getting pretty damn close multiple times.
Are we pairing? No, we're in stance, so that's going to be some big old damage. Happy birthday. It doesn't matter when the other character's dead. Still just going to confirm off the main one. Fury is going to be on deck here. Wow. Fully whiffs on the level 1. But unfortunately, it's very hard to challenge that after, unless you get a throw, because those projectiles are still coming down from the sky. Now, Jinx gets chipped out here. This is very doable for Yata with 1 good opening.
As the Fury tries to go for the throw, not going to quite be enough. Fury still on the table. Tries to get the dash as well. Now Fury is on the side of Aaron. Yata has to find a good mash and doesn't have it in him. Aarondamac ends up taking it 2-0 there. Now it's going to be sitting on the losers finals, locked up that 3rd place, and locked up an opportunity to play Maze.
Yeah, Yata looking like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there. My toes, getting opened up on the low and securing 4th place. Still a great run from Yata. We saw some sick matches, and they were actually cooking. I think once the Burrito OS gets mastered, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that is one of the things that I really do appreciate about Yata, and one of the things I appreciate about K7 coming through with the raid, 306 folks coming through to the mainstream. Appreciate you. But regardless, one of the things that I really noticed there from Aaron is, despite the rolls, despite the neutral get-ups, kind of realized, oh, okay, well he already has his options covered. What if I just do get-up attack? He hasn't really been able to check that option, and it ended up working out in his favor, giving him some pretty advantageous spots.
Yeah, you really got to sprinkle get up attack in there. As we've seen tonight, there's been a lot of call outs of that move, and if you know it's coming, it can be a huge punish, but you rotate your defensive options properly, you can get big reward out of it, just like this beam super is going to get a big reward for our gamer over here. Aaron's struggling to get an opening, able to turn it back around. Vice is doing the punches. Let's see what the follow-up is here. No, it's actually going to be a drop. This is so chaotic right off the bat. I love to see it. We're out here swinging.
Yeah, it's like, so far, nothing concrete in terms of opening for either player. Great jump out here by Maze Traps in order to get something started. Oh my goodness, Fate! The high goes low on the same side, and that should be all she wrote. Has the double down in order to ensure, but might only need to set off some fireworks to get a comeback mountain going, or get a campaign going, excuse me. No comebacks here.
Yeah, seriously, Echo is just so devious. Shout out to Blinkety over at Riot for coming up with, personally, one of my favorite character kit designs ever in a fucking game. It just leads to so much freestyle combos, freestyle mix. It's almost impossible to block once this character's mastered. And just like that, we're seeing Maze Traps cook their way through Aaron in a way we really haven't seen happen much to Aaron. There's been some rounds that Aaron has dropped here and there. Obviously, we're in loser's bracket, but slice around like that, you don't see too often.
100%. Here we go. We got the Aarondamac buy on deck, and now on deck to get killed. First comes out, great parry. Not going to be in the way for Jinx to get an actual punish.
Exactly right. A lot of pressure here to deal with these projectiles, and if you don't, this is what happens. Going right into the corner. Getting a setup from Jinx. Great punish there, or I should say challenge rather, with those lights to keep the projectiles off them. Good read. And there was no throw following that up. Now Maze Traps is losing quite a bit of health.
I love that they're going for the mix-up once again. Gets the punish hit, but is not going to result in much. Laser versus the Time Winder, and it's looking like the laser comes out superior.
Yeah, if that's a happy birthday, I don't want to throw a party anymore, because if I'm getting beam supered with a homie, that's not a way I want to be spending it, and it's going to be a ton of damage out here, definitely paying off. Now Aaron's going to have to bring the single Vi out, beat up this Echo. I mean, with enough damage, you could keep Jinx at a pretty low health before she can regen fully. Let's see what the setup is in the corner. Hard knockdown, pick up off the projectile, great awareness. That is a dead Echo. And the Jinx is going to be coming in with not much to work with here, and no break especially.
Jinx versus Vi, sister versus sister. Going to be seeing who's going to come out here on top. Slight life disadvantage here for Maze Traps. There we go. Ends up pulling out the big Papa Rocket. We gotta see what type of setups we're gonna get here.
Yeah, that Super Mega Death Rocket is really juicy, and so is blocking a burst. That's gonna be so valuable. Yatta taking a game one of this losers finals, which again is going to be a 1st to 3. So 2 games needed here for Maze Traps, and just like every other Jinx round we've seen, we're starting with the beam. And again, it's going to lead to a nice little opening here. Now we're getting set up in the corner. What's the guess? Yeah, that
oh my goodness. Oh no, try to go for the tag too. Now the assist is going to be on cooldown here. Everything seems to be going wrong for Maze Traps. Now lacking the burst, now lacking the assist on the wake up as well.
Yeah, definitely one of the cool aspects of this game is things can be going really well for you, and then it can go the other direction so fast. The game is very punishing, tons of momentum swings left and right, and now Aaron basically one opening away from a perfect after losing the first game of Losers Finals. So good stuff here. It is going to get chipped out a little bit, and now gets the first opening. We got some missile juggles. Let's see. Again, get up attack. That ain't the answer.
Oh, don't call it a comeback. Reminder that Aaron only needs one more touch to do it, and it's gonna be no contest. This is level 3. Right now, Vi beating the ever-living Jesus out of that wall in order to pick up that KO in order to pick up that round.
Exactly right. Also a nice little touch there in her win animation. You get the little boxer bell, just like you do in a boxer match. So nice little attention to detail by Riot on that one. Adds a little bit of personality to Vi. And it's a nice little treat here. Just like this match is a treat for us to watch as Aaron's gonna whip out the electrics. How many do we got in the combo? It's just 2. We're playing it safe.
Oh man. Here comes Clappy. And here comes Jinx to follow it right on up. Gonna get a conversion there with the Time Winder and gonna shoot you with another one for a good measure.
Yeah, nice pickup there. Time Winder from Echo always leads to juicy stuff, and you're just gonna get beamed out, chipped out. Good stuff here out of Maze Traps to secure the first health bar of round 2. Wow. Interesting. Goes for the rare back jump. Neutral jump has been paying off so much, but decides to just back off here.
All right, throw. Decides not to meet Aarondamac in the air, wants to meet him on the ground.
Nice. Good reaction with the parry onto the zap. Definitely a harder projectile to parry with how fast it is. Able to buy a little bit of time here. Fury is on deck. I think we're just keeping that in the pocket for next round. Unless this could be a big swing in damage. It's going to be still a crazy uphill battle even with the kill. That is a character down.
I was gonna say for Aaron, it's gonna be real hard. I see the Fury on deck, but I also see the Beam Super from his rival. We see the Fury here from Aarondamac. We see the parry instead. Not gonna be able to get all of it. Maybe just wanted to go for broke effort, and it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, valiant effort there for sure. Not able to get the full parry. Here it comes. Great mix. Gets the overhead, forces the break immediately. Not gonna feel good when you're in the final round of a game to have to spend that right away. And now, I mean, no one's reacting to whatever was in there. There's 7 different projectiles on screen, all 4 characters. Time scramble, and it ends up paying off here for Aarondamac. We're carrying Maze Traps to the corner. And a call out with the Air S2. Getting anti-aired there. Great stuff. And a nice little jab to check Clappy. Good awareness.
Just making sure that Clappy cannot do me any evil. And there we go. So look, hit grab in the air. Could be mashing out that super. Might just kill. Don't even need to use that double down fuse. And Aarondamac finds a way to make it kill without it at all.
Interesting. Goes for the overhead. Not able to follow up with anything without a clone. And Aaron with the great awareness there. Going to turn that right around. Let's see what you got to deal with. There is a chomper there.
Oh, that Time Winder's back out. Route is so fire every time. Going for something different in order to get the limit strike instead.
Yeah, nice choice there. Going for limit strike. Build up those resources. Send the opponent all the way to the corner. And now here you are. 1 character apiece. This is definitely doable. And wow, we're just double jumping. No attacks. Just playing it super safe here. And now Fury's on deck. Both characters. No. Look how fast it goes with that speed boost. That is insane. It should be illegal. Doesn't matter. Game 2, going to Maze Traps.
I gotta say, from Maze, I am very impressed at the composure. Like, I feel like the moment I'm getting hit by that Fury Jinx, it's over for me. I'm like, you know, you're just gonna need to stake me. There's no chance I got the mental to stage this comeback, but that is why Maze Trap finds himself not only in losers finals, but very, very ahead.
Yeah, seriously, Maze Traps wants that run back against Hikari. Didn't like how that went in the winner side of things, and I mean, definitely motivated here. Wow, went for the call out on the parry. Aaron was 2 steps ahead, and now with no break, no meter, this is about the toughest spot you can be in on round start. And it just goes from the worst. Echo's already off the table, and it's not even looking like we're going to get a full break meter back in time for round 2.
I was going to say it might be time to chill out, build some resources. But Aarondamac is going to try to kill you as quickly as possible. Not going to let you build up any of that break meter. As you can see there with the laser. Wants to make sure you are dead in as little damage as possible in order to secure that break meter advantage.
Yeah, with all that damage on the table still there for Vi, I almost wonder if they just wanted to see the Jinx win animation, because there's really no other need to bring that super in. Just a little bit of style goes for it. Why not? You're going to get the meter reset to 1 bar each anyways. As we go into round 2 here, Aaron punches through the Clappy, gets some pressure here in the corner, reads the pressure back from Jinx, able to get out of there, but only briefly, as we get a nice little happy birthday situation. It's going to be a tough spot here for Aaron with no break on deck.
Oh my goodness, what a mash there. Decides to challenge whatever wake-up option that Maze Trap thought that he was going to go for.
What's the guess? It was a throw. Still not correct. So tough to deal with that in the corner. If you forward roll out of there, you're just getting into an even scarier setup. And here comes the almost full. Does get clipped by the last hit, and that's going to be a tough spot to be in for Aaron. As get the meter, but you lose a lot of health for that. But when you who cares? That's a ton of gone, and this combo is just getting started.
Yeah, I was going to say that this might, depending on how this rocket interacts, it could be a dead Echo. Not quite sure why the laser was used there. Now Jinx has no meter. Echo has a little bit more life to work with.
Exactly right. I'm not sure why that beam super came out. Maybe it was a misinput, or maybe they know something we don't. I'm not sure. Either way, not gonna pay off. Aaron keeps this set interesting. Taking game 3 is now going to be 2 games needed for Aaron to complete this reverse sweep. That would definitely be a ton of great momentum to bring into Grands if he's able to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, might have been a missed DHC there with the double down. Able to get right back on his feet though and take it. Right now though, Maze trying to do whatever he can to secure that grand finals position. Has the game advantage, but has been looking behind in regards to the reads and the overall gameplay in the last few rounds.
Oh man, that's such a brutal spot to be in. It's so hard to get happy birthday by Zap. You really need precise positioning on both characters. And unfortunately for Aaron, got that exact situation. It's a ton of health off the table, but afterwards, able to take out the Echo. So we're basically even on life, just spread across 2 characters here for Aaron.
Yep, pretty much the classic 1v2 scenario. Now it's getting moved on to a distinct life lead for Aarondamac, especially with this combo. Probably not going to be able to kill is what I would say if you had the double down. Aaron didn't quite believe in sending out the Jinx as well, but regardless, I mean the Vi as well, excuse me, but regardless, it's going to be the round for him.
It's like a race to who can hit the Super 1 first. So you can see both players brought out their assists right away. They both were going for it. I'm actually curious. That might be something worth laughing. I'm curious, like, who decides who gets the super to come out first, or if they can both come out in the same frame. We're gonna have to see like a high fight breakdown of that or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like the perfect like just frame super technology that we're gonna see from some of these people to make sure they get this out first, because you saw it there. This tech is absolutely absurd. You're able to get happy birthdays if you catch out the person trying to go for the tech, then you get incredible reward. I mean, look at the reward that we see off happy birthdays normally. Imagine if you get that at the start of the round and you have a Vi with full meter.
Yeah, this is gross. This was an actual 2-touch that got an entire character and a half off the board from Maze Traps. Great composure here. Down around, trying to avoid going to this game if at all possible. It's looking like that is on the table. Super Mega Death Rocket is here, and here it comes. Is this going to kill someone called Sage? We need him on the line. Stat. There it is.
And it does.
Oh man. It's so juicy. Just like League, for those who have played, I mean, if things coming and you're even remotely close to death, you're just shocked. And does secure the kill here. We have a final round situation in this game 4. Can Aaron bring us to a game 5 in losers finals to get back against Hikari? Not a great start.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like it'll always be the one time it doesn't kill, but every single time it's proved me wrong.
Exactly. You always think it's not going to kill, then it is, and then you think it is, and it's not. It's always that gamble. That's why I just throw rock, and that's why I lose all my channel points. But it is what it is. At least we get to watch sick matches like this. These sick-ass combos. Good burst here out of Aaron. There's a lot of damage on the table. If he gets the opening, it's to force the break out of maze traps. Tournament life on the line with just this vibe. This is a tough spot to be in.
Oh my gosh, gets the pickup with the zap clappy. Here we go. We're gonna get out the laser. Will this be enough? If you tag, goes for the parry. Has to try to parry the rest of it, not quite, but still finds himself alive with 3 meter. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, if Aaron parried the time wonder after that too, we would definitely have to check him PC. But either way, Maze Traps going to take it. We got the run back coming. It'll be Maze Traps versus Hikari in the grand finals, and we're gonna have Aarondamac taking 3rd place here in the first ever FlyQuest fight for 2xKO. Great showing. We had some sick matches here. Got to show off that beam super tech and a ton of those corner pressure situations from Jinx. Definitely a character you're going to have to keep your eyes up for in your rank grind.
Man, all I gotta say, shout outs to Aaron, man. Yeah, this is my one personal show for the day. I mean, we have been playing fighting games together since we were like legitimate teenagers. Watching this come up has been insane. And I'm very excited to see what he does in this game. I mean, so far getting 3rd in a bracket like this, I feel like it's only up from here in regards to his aptitude. If he puts in the work, like, all I gotta say is y'all better watch out.
Yeah, seriously, definitely a big threat for multiple titles now, and it's going to be really exciting to see as we get into the era of LAN tournaments for 2Co. But until then, we got to enjoy these online matches, and we're about to enjoy a sick grand finals. We got the run back. It's Hikari. It's Maze Traps. Can we get the download on this guy? Can Hikari be stopped? Or is the reign of terror going to continue as he rains down these tentacles on the opponents? We do have a sick Akuma recolor Yasuo color choice, so there could be some sauce coming out here. Let's see.
There's at least there's at least gonna be some sauce with the color there. So far, incredible. Regardless, though, Nitin, this is gonna be our last matchup of the inaugural week. We got Maze Trap coming in from the loser side. Has been impressing me. Has always been the bridesmaid, but might be the bride tonight versus Hikari, who has been running house all tournament and is continuing to do so now. Got to see who's going to be able to take it.
Yeah, great start here out of Maze Traps, baiting the burst already, getting a good chunk of damage out onto Hikari. It's definitely how you want to start this grand finals. And luckily, his own burst is going to be safe here. So, resetting the neutral, trying to find this opening out of, like, he's blocked, like, what, 17 attacks in the past 2 seconds? Like, definitely a ton of pressure to deal with here. Of course, use it to take a break. That's a predictable power time. You got to commit to a block string there with the assist, or Hikari's going to hit that every single time. I don't think we've seen him miss it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so far the lab time coming into practice, you don't see too many people pairing that. It's pretty much only been Hikari, seen one of them in Yada, and you were able to see, you know, the defensive benefits it brought, but Maze Traps turned it right on around. And one thing I do really appreciate about this matchup is that he chooses to go for the mirror against Hikari. He doesn't actually want to go with the Jinx team.
Yeah, I was going to say, this definitely is interesting to see it get mixed up. I wonder if there's some counterplay I might not be aware of. I know the forward S1 is really strong against projectiles, and maybe that's what they're afraid of here, or maybe they just want more pressure out of Echo Yasuo. The freestyle does allow for a ton of mix. Both characters can swap sides whenever they want. Since left-right mix is going to be one of the more potent forms of mix in this game, definitely can see why that decision would be made.
I think this Echo from Maze continues to impress. So far hasn't let Hikari get a clean opening until now. Just as I was saying it, I mean, now we finally have the first real clean life lead for Hikari. Gotta see what he does with it. And what he's gonna do with it is let Maze go for the tech buttons and continue this dominance in round number 2.
Seriously, and every time I watch this, it just brings me back to Evo 2 years ago, seeing Sonic Fox post that setup on Twitter on a random stream setup at a party. Just flashbacks to discovering the sauce of this game. Glad to see it's still in the game now. It's such a sick route, and it pays off big time. Until Hikari does get this opening, and we know what's coming here. You're going to the corner. You're dealing with the wind wall. We're looking for a way to get the Alawi in, but not even needed when you get openings like that.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot there for Hikari. Wanted to make sure that he could get the kill in order to get as much meter as possible. And now sitting here with 5 meters total across both characters, with 2x assists, doesn't have the double down, so not going to quite be able to get max damage. When you have level 1 to level 2, you don't even need max damage most of the time. Should be able to kill regardless, and sure does.
Yeah, definitely a great option there, and it's honestly a hidden buff for Yasuo, because if you do the level 1 into level 2, and it's close to killing with the level 1, you actually get to basically get an option select of whether the other meter is going to come out to kill, or if you can save it for the next character, assuming it's not the end of the round. So just another thing Yasuo gets that no one else does, but hey, he's a technical character, so I guess it pays off a bit. It bounces out.
All right now, Maze Trap building that break back up, building that damage back up on the Hikari Yasuo. Got to see what we're going to do out of the stance. Looking like it's going to be nothing. Wind Wall going to provide a little bit of extra shade, a little bit less utility there on that stab.
Oh, went for an anti-air, but with the character on the other side, going to end up getting raked out. Now, level 1, Mega Time Winder. Does it connect? It does with the follow-up. It's a great start here from Maze Traps in this final round of Game 1.
There we go, taking a break. So is this Echo. Goes for the push block, still ends up getting thrown here. Now not only -1 bar, but -1 character as well.
Yeah, down to 1 apiece here. As we again see the Mega Time Winder. What's the setup here? We're going for some corner carry, some meter build. And that dangerous Yasuo super assist when they're dead in last stand does end up getting blocked. It's so fast, so strong. Fury surely
It is crazy that they're... Oh yeah. Hit the nose right on the head. Want to make sure that none of this chip damage is gonna be lethal. Oh, goes for the grab. Oh no! And the last stand assist from Yasuo.
Wow, good awareness.
What a way to close it out.
Yeah, exactly. And great awareness to go for the level 3 there, knowing that is going to confirm. It's definitely a situational when you can get that pickup. You could have just gone for S1 to get the kill, but hey, you know it's going to connect. You might as well dump all the damage. You got the meter. Let it rip. There we go. First game going Hikari's way. Now, back starting to get a little closer to the wall here for Maze Traps. Not a lot of room for error in this set. Almost going to surely have to take this game if there's going to be any hope of taking grand finals.
Yeah, trying to do a reverse 6-0 against a player as talented as Hikari so far is always going to be a tall order.
And
oh my gosh, especially when he's...
Yeah.
Exactly, doing blocks like that says you can't even burst on me. Good luck using the system mechanics when I'm on and this hot.
Yeah, Hikari's in the zone right now. I mean, I say right now as if it hasn't been the past 11 days or something. I mean, Hikari's so locked and loaded. This is gonna likely be a Yasuo as well. Rough game start here for Maze Traps in the second one. Let's see if Echo has what it takes. You're gonna have some insane mix. You're gonna have to get through a break meter. This is not looking good.
Yeah, it's like it is practically a full character and a half difference between these two. But that could be big though. Ends up catching out the Alawi, gets a little bit of extra damage. Could be coming back as Grey health if Maze Trap doesn't act soon. Tries to do so and ends up getting killed. Once again, the round is going to go to Hikari.
You thought you could push block Yasuo to get out of pressure? Nice try. Try again. That's not the answer. This guy can follow up from anywhere. And great Barry on the charge heavy. Good awareness that Echo is going for a roll, so there's only one attack to deal with. It's only going to buy a bit of time here. It's going to actually be forced to break out of Hikari as we go into the corner here, dealing with this Echo Yas pressure. There's no way you make it out of this, right? How do you turn that around, Hikari? That's insane.
Nah, no chance.
We got the re-jump combos too with Alawi. Got a tentacle in the corner. What do you do here? Do you pray? Do you flop Team Parry? Oh no. Oh, it wasn't that, whatever it was.
I gotta say, I love the fact that these 2x assists have been not only helping with continuing these block streaks, but have also been helping with getting the victim over to the corner. Like, I wasn't gonna say opponent, but I feel like the way that these games have been going, victim is literally the only descriptor.
No, seriously, you're completely right. And when you got the re-jump combos down with Alawi, I mean, it's kind of GG at that point. Like, there's just no getting out of those routes. There's so much free-form routing you can do, whether you're starting with Alawi or Yasuo. They both go into each other. But Maze Traps, with this mix, able to get Hikari down to just a sliver of health on Yasuo. Fury is around the corner, but this is a promising start to the second round.
Oh, alright, gets the JH. I'm not gonna lead into anything else too much. We've seen Hikari make comebacks like this before, but when the last stand is on the table, you can never be too safe.
Yeah, that super assist comes out so fast. By the time you see the flash, you're already hit. And we see that secure the round here from Maze Traps. But unfortunately, going to have to burn the break as Yasuo stared on the Ionian standoff between two wind walls. Going to fun little situation in neutral, but now you got to deal with the classic. We're getting hit into three different tentacles, into the level 1, into the level 1. That's a dead swordsman.
Man, it feels like whenever Hikari loses one round, he just cranks it up to 11 and ensures, tells him, you know, you got to know who the top dog is here in this tournament. And so far has been letting Maze know.
It's almost like he has training weights on or something and waits till a round lost, and then he's just like, all right, I'll actually lean forward and show you how to play the video game. Wow, just barely misses that confirm as I try to gas him up. Thanks for that, Hikari. But either way, a great situation for him to be in this final round of game 2. Could potentially be one game away here from winning grands, but not when this happens. Your assist character is getting smoked. You got an Echo and install to deal with.
I was gonna say, I love that. Tried to push Joshua right into the time winder, but with no cigar.
Exactly right. Goes for the get up attack. What a perfect call out. Not often you're gonna see a get up attack take the round, but of course with Hikari, can't put anything past him. He's ready for every option.
It seemed like it truly did seem like it didn't matter what was done on Wake Up there by Maze Traps, it was gonna get countered. Like it wasn't even like an OS. It was just, listen, I know exactly what you're gonna do, and I already know how I'm gonna counter it before you even input the buttons. I mean, it has been all Hikari all the time in these last couple games.
Yeah, I think this game is far from solved, especially this early on, but Hikari is making a strong case against it. Maybe he's got something figured out that we don't. He's saving the tech for these big old tournaments, and it's paying off big time. I mean, look at this mix. Like, I'm not blocking that. I know that for sure. I don't even know where the spinning overhead was going to hit. Forget the follow-up.
Here we go. Ends up on the other side. We got the sandwiches going here. Don't try to parry that. You're going to be in for a world of hurt, says Hikari.
That's messed up. Great parry timing, called out the attack, but unfortunately that standing parry is only going to cover mids and highs, not lows, and he was ready and waiting. This is a brutal start to the third game. You really need to turn this around immediately if you're Maze Traps. But again, Ionian standoff, only going to buy just a little bit of time. Now you're back in the corner with the tentacle on your face. What can you do here? As we see Jinx try to change things around, but we're getting a similar result.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really like that Maze Trap going for a different look. Maybe wanted to give Hikari a new look. I know that these two were playing together previously to get ready for this tournament, so maybe wanted to give him a different look. but so far, it feels like no matter what Maze Trap tries to throw at Hikari, it's absolutely no cigar, has the answers to just about everything that he's thrown at Hikari so far.
Yeah, and we're ready on tournament point in a 1-3 in this game. I mean, this is... I mean, if he takes this round, this is a gold split for sure. Surely. Like, no one's won a grand finals this quickly. So we'll see if Hikari is truly as locked in as we think. This is looking like the classic corner pressure, but able to finally get out. You're in a sandwich mix, and the classic.
Wow.
Yeah, Alawi just neutral jumps, guesses which side, or reacts to which side you're on, rather. Hits that cross-up button and forces the break.
Now once again, run right back into the allow. He wants the Super 2. Wants to see what those tentacles do as well.
Wow, great air throw. That's going to be huge here. It could turn this round around. Not to be redundant. And good reaction here with the double down. Going to buy a bit of pressure here. But actually, fantastic reaction here. That Super is going to somehow thread the needle between all of the shrapnel. Now Maze Trap's down to a single character to keep the tourney dream alive. Hikari is a single combo away from taking this bracket.
Yeah, that is absurd that Hikari was able to find the line there in order to use the invulnerability of the animation to make sure that Alawi stays alive.
And there we have it. We don't even get to see the super finish. That is going to be Hikari taking the first ever FlyQuest fight series for 2xKO in dominant fashion. I mean, we don't have to guess what happens there, right? We know the moon's getting cut in half, and your life bar is going alongside with it. So hats off to Hikari. The reign of terror continues. You just got to respect it at this point. The dude is different.
Man, it just feels like whatever tournament he enters ends up having his name as the number one. Hikari is able to go ahead, enter the FlyQuest Fight Series this time, take down not only the first tournament, but also a lion's share of that $800.
Yeah, hats off. Definitely going to be enjoying that cash flow. Probably will help fund the trips to the inevitable tournaments he will be flying out to dominate those as well. I just can't wait to see what this guy will do in person at these upcoming tournaments that we have in the future. And man, just a great stuff all around. I couldn't ask for a better opening night for this series. This has been an absolute banger.
Yep. And if you want to get involved next time, you already see it there with the exclamation point bracket. This is going to be ran every single week on Friday. This was just the opening, but it's going to be ran every single week on Friday. Everyone from NA is allowed to participate and try to get into that top 16 spot. So, and of course, you know, the best part about this tournament is that it's a ladder format. If you go through and you look at who, you know, made that top 16 cut, you're going to see some crazy final scores. Like you see, I believe Hikari went 10-1. You see people who went 7-2, but it's like, wow, they still ended up making the final bracket even with 2 losses. That's just something that you get to see when you have this type of format. You want really good games. You want to play a lot of games over 2 hours with people who also are trying to grind, trying to get real good at the game. Be sure to enter the next FlyQuest Fight Series.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it like you do in ranked with people just one and doneing you. You're just going to get your full sets, tourney format, get used to those tourney nerves. It's free to enter. There's a bunch of money on the line. You could end up in a sick top 16 bracket in front of thousands of people, all watching and enjoying the matches. So highly recommend you guys enter. I know I will whenever I'm not on the mic. So it's going to be a great time. And again, shout outs to FlyQuest for bringing us on. I'm so happy I was able to be here alongside Avian to bring in the new era of 2xKO to this series. It's been a sick show, and I'm glad we got all these sick, unique situations, double perfects, 2xKOs, crazy comebacks, big time happy birthdays. It's been an absolute light show. So hats off again to FlyQuest and to you, Avian. It's been awesome holding it down with you, and can't wait to see more of these brackets in the future.
Yep. Absolutely. The pleasure goes out to you as well, my friend. Going to be looking here at the final graphic at what that top 8 has provided us. Ended up with, as you mentioned, Hikari out there in the number 1 spot. Then Maze Traps going to be rounding it out in the second place spot. Aaron and Yada putting up great numbers, ended up in the third and fourth spot. K7 and SQ, very familiar names, tied for fifth. And then Bleed and Mr. Marvin looking like they're going to be some of the new blood that's going to come into XKO, rounding out our top 8 with a tied 7th place finish. Incredible stuff to everybody, and congratulations.
Yeah, seriously. And I'll give an extra little shout out there to Mr. Marvin, getting Blitzcrank into the top 8 as well. Super cool stuff. Love to see that. And again, just a great time all around. Super happy to be here. And hopefully you guys tune in next time, enter next time. It's been a pleasure. And I believe we'll be seeing you around in the next one. So thanks again, and have a good one, guys.